Mario, something amazing happened last night.
Really? What's that?
We were in the middle of an amazing unboxing. 40 people in the chat, booming. Definitely towards the tail end, but an accident happened,
Oh
and
no!
the fans are rioting.
Really? Dude, don't leave me hanging, man. What the hell?
You left the fans hanging. You accidentally ended the stream.
He wasn't
I was like,
expecting
did this
that.
motherfucker forget?
Oh man. Hey
Oh,
man.
boy.
You know, shit happens. What are you gonna do? At the end of the day.
You know what they say, nice guys.
It's hard finding good help these days.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
Oh, Mario.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Jonathan.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at Water Scrapyard and 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode.
We have a great show tonight. Lots of new Hot Toys announced. Big flex there by Hot Toys. We got one of the greatest films of all time that we'll talk about at the end of the show. And more. Before we get into that, let's check in with the chat. We got Mark Pearson, Equan, Joe P, Pemrica, Caesar M, Mr. Sketch, Alvin J, Brenton, Scott Bradley, Pablo, John Ortiz, Mr. Sketch, Will Foxification, and always first in the chat, Toy Mafia. Dean, let's kick it off with the world's favorite podcast segment.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What did you get in this week? I didn't get anything. I was like trying to think like real hard. Like, did I? But I did not. So, anybody else?
What'd you get, Mario?
Okay. Well, shit. You know, it seems like I've been the longest without having anything new at all, and none of y'all. When I finally get something in, you guys don't have nothing, so I'm the only one. So, yeah, I got a few troopers that came in. The Rogue One 2-pack came in yesterday. I got the 501st Clone Deluxe that showed up on for Saturday. So, yeah, amazing figures, man, and I just can't wait to really put them in the Maji cases. Got to make some more room to fit these two in, but yeah, they're absolutely amazing pieces. That much more closer to finishing out the Rogue One line also. So,
Congratulations. Wow.
yes, thank you, sir.
Eddie Manzanares watching again from Whataburger. What a guy. Watching us while preparing the sweet food of our great state.
So let me say something real quick in this pick. I really busted out the microwave table along with the little spinner. I wanted to make it work, but it just wasn't happening. So
that's my
I tried. I know.
Guy. You got to get, I think they're called patio table spinners or something like that. I think John's always talking about them. I think you got to get one of those.
I didn't even notice that. It's hilarious.
That's what the pros get. Eddie, you got something from me. It's going to be in the mail soon. Did you get anything else other than the Echo?
I picked up Wrecker the other day. I wasn't gonna make a big thing about it because I'm gonna talk about it on Small Talk. But yeah, I got Wrecker, and so I have Hunter and Crosshair now. Now I just need Tech, and then I don't think they've announced Echo yet. But I think that's all that I've picked up recently.
Mm-hmm.
No big purchases coming anytime soon. So
new.
How do you like Rekka?
Oh, dude, it's a really cool figure. The articulation is really good. I think the head on him is the coolest one to me because I thought Crosshair and Hunter were off a little, like because they make them look like realistic, and I feel like Wreckers, even though it's realistic too, like it still works for him. I don't know. I like it a lot, the head sculpt, but The articulation is great. It's a really like hefty figure, so it's fun to mess around with and pose them up.
Mr. Sketches new this week is he says he got the new Megatron DLX from 3.0 yesterday. Congrats, brother.
Nice.
Oh wow, fancy, fancy. John, did you get anything new this week?
No, I'm not yet. I'm still waiting for IG-11. That hasn't come in yet, so we'll see what happens.
Be waiting for a while, my friend.
I know.
I picked up. This is from Etsy. I'll drop the link in the description after the show. It's a fan art replica of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings trilogy. I guess also The Hobbit. And this one's really cool. So he obviously has it engraved, but he has luminescent paint that's inlaid into the inscription, and it glows. The left picture is a bit oversold. It's like that iPhone thing where you it overexposes the photo to give it a little bit of light. But it does glow just a bit, and it's pretty neat. It's a nice little replica. I know you can buy the official one for like $100, but
really the official one is only $100.
It's not gold. It's like tungsten plated.
Yeah,
gold plated tungsten,
Well,
and it wears really fast. Supposedly, you're not supposed to wear it ever. Basically.
Is this a gold ring?
This is also gold plated stainless steel, but I think it wears a little. More durable. No. This isn't gold. No, you can actually buy the licensed gold one from Weta, but it's like $5,000, and that's a lot for a gold ring.
That's a good engagement ring.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool, though. It was the #1 rated one on Etsy, and I gave it a shot. It came all the way from Italy, and I love it.
Are you going to display it or wear it every day for the rest of your life?
So I did buy a chain for it. The guy actually sold it with a chain, but the chain was like on my fat ass neck. It was like a choker.
Jesus.
And so I bought a bigger chain. So I don't know. I kind of want to wear it as a necklace for a bit, but I'm trying to figure out how to display it. I went to Hobby Lobby and they had like mannequin hands for displaying rings at stores, but they were all like feminine hands, and it just didn't really look right. So I'm not sure yet. But
can't you
could have
hang
cast
it
your own hand
in a frame? And
it's a good
frame
idea.
it on your wall.
It's like a shadow box.
I've seen that happen.
Like a shadow box, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Gerald Garfield says, thinking of rewatching Lord of the Rings Extended, as I only watched the cinema edition. Is it worth the binge? I think so. I'll be honest. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't really appreciate fully the films as in my youth. So if the last time you saw them was in the theaters, I would definitely recommend checking out the extended editions. Plus, they look beautiful in 4K. I just got the 4K codes last week, and they look absolutely incredible. Enough about new this week. Let's get into the news, starting with the Hot Toys What If sneak peeks. They showed these off at some different conventions recently. I'll go through the 3 figures, and then we can talk about them. So Peggy Carter and Stomper. This was teased on their Facebook page, and they also had it on display. Looking pretty good there. They also showed Zombie Captain America, which is interesting. And it's funny because we mentioned last show, like, trends, like all the companies will get together and, they'll release the same line of things. So last week we talked about the Lego minifigs of these different variations. And then this week we see the Hot Toys, and we've talked about it in the past with like Venomized stuff and different things in the past. But Dean, what do you think about these 2 teasers here?
Super cool. I'm assuming this is Steve Rogers instead of the Stomper.
Yep.
It's also cool because they also showed these figures in the Marvel Legends line.
Yes.
And they stick to the cartoon style, which is cool, but it also pisses me off because it's like, well, why didn't we get Clone Wars figures like those? But it is what it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's just kind of annoying. I think they look great. This fucking Peggy Carter looks good. It looks a great figure. If it articulates like the way it does when she's riding the back of this thing, I think it looks fantastic. Look at that. Look at that articulation.
America's ass right there.
Well, she's...
Or actually not even English. England.
Yeah. I think it looks cool. I'm probably not going to be interested in this, even if I like the show, just because it's a what if. It didn't actually happen. So, not that the Marvel movies actually happened. I'm just saying,
wow.
in terms
it's not part of the
timeline.
storyline. Yeah.
Right. So, but other than that, I think they look great.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, who's this Stomper? You said, is that the name of the character?
Yeah, Peggy Carter and
Ironmonger.
Stomper. It's basically.
Yeah, no, it really does look like Ironmonger. No, this is a phenomenal looking.
Minimal.
Hala.
Nah, I mean,
Wow.
I'm intrigued.
That's racist.
It's like, but I agree with Dean. It's like, why do these in animated form and not? I understand try to doing them in cinematic form wouldn't really be realistic to the IP, but Dean makes a great point regarding to the Clone Wars. I can't freaking talk today, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
In regards to the Clone Wars, I mean, it's the same thing. They should have been. They could have been animated, but I prefer the fact that they went for the realism for the Clone Wars. I appreciate that more. As far as the way that I want to display my collection,
Really?
I guess just for the consistency, I guess.
I mean,
But no, this is a pretty cool looking set, along with the Captain America. That looks pretty cool. The Spider-Man, we're gonna talk about the Spider-Man, I'm sure, but
Yeah, we'll get there.
but yeah, there's so many different avenues. Considering that this is what if, there's so many different avenues that they can take, and I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna go with this series. But one other thing that I also heard, a kind of a complaint, is that we've never seen any of these shows yet. We really don't know what the hell is going on. Yet they released these figures, or they teased these figures already. But I know some collectors are also asking for some of the characters from Loki. So we haven't seen that series is completely finished, but we haven't seen any product from that yet, aside from Marvel Legends. So that's kind of that's kind of an odd thing going on, but whatever.
Could it be licensing though? Because these are all based off of.
I don't know. I mean,
sketches.
I don't know if it's completely licensing, because we've had other. Didn't Hasbro do the Marvel Legends for the Loki series already? They released the whole wave, so I wouldn't suspect
Hasbro,
licensing would be an issue.
But it's weird though, because they've done like Bespin Han, and we suspect like him and Padme are being held up by licensing.
No, but you also mentioned earlier that these companies, they kind of release things on the same kind of trend for a certain IP. So
maybe the Hot Toy Sculptus isn't ready yet? Maybe it hasn't hit mustard.
It's possible. Yet. I mean, well, they already teased it. They teased it like what about?
Yeah, but they didn't show the head.
4 weeks ago.
Maybe they think people are more likely going to buy a $25 Sylvie and not a $300 Sylvie.
Yeah, it's possible.
I have an idea.
Hey.
What if Hot Toys actually listened?
Wow.
Can you? Wow.
Well, they did. That's how we got Cyborg. Because they heard us.
A little too late.
Innovative,
though.
John. Innovative.
I like these a lot. I was excited for the Peggy Carter until Danny spoiled it in the chat for me, saying that these were going to be animated sculpts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I want her animated. I would, if this figure came with the actual life likeness of her, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because either I'm gonna keep it like that, or I'm gonna get a Feisen body and like a military uniform for a girl, and
you could buy her head sculpts. Didn't somebody make a third-party Peggy in her military outfit?
Well, doesn't I'm sure our sponsor Watto Scrapyard has this
then I'm
head
gonna get
sculpt
it
available.
painted.
It could be.
And I gotta
hold on, let me
take
check it,
forever. And
even with all that, it's probably cheaper than picking up this piece and then trying to kit bash it. If it
do you think
real
that Peggy and the Stomper are gonna be a 2-pack, or you think they're gonna be sold separately?
I wouldn't be surprised if they were a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, look, Pop Toys made a Peggy Carter. You could get her head sculpt for $46 on eBay.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not animated style, so
that
you could tell who it's supposed to be if that's what you're asking.
It's not.
What do you think, John?
To Eddie's point, I think it's going to be a 2-pack because of the way they showed her on Stomper's back. When I saw these at first, I didn't even think they were Hot Toys, the Steve Rogers, and then I realized that the What If series is animated. But I think they're okay. I would have liked to see some other releases before seeing these, and I don't think these are going to release anytime soon. To be honest, I think these are just kind of to get people excited about the show that's coming up. Before I'd put any money down on these, I'd like to see the episodes and how the characters are portrayed and the storyline and so forth. But yeah, no, I like it. I like the idea. The concept's cool. It's different. Like it's an animated line. It's different. I also like that zombie cap. I think that's different as well. Nice to go with the Thriller MJ there. But
or a zombie Deadpool.
Or zombie hunter Spider-Man.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
It's in the same line. I don't know.
But this must be popular in the Asian market.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the reason why they're going with like the more animated look is because these are like 2D drawn, and the Clone Wars is 3D animated. I also think it's kind of weird that the Stomper has like very realistic weathering with a very cartoony portraited Steve Rogers. There's definitely ways you can do like cartoon weathering, and it's definitely not like this. So that does look weird. But I mean, these look really good. I know a lot of people are complaining. I think you guys mentioned earlier that this is the first official Peggy Carter, but it's not the realistic portrait. But I think this is a good step in the right direction, right? Obviously, we saw Sideshow come in recently with those real animated style portraits for their Clone Wars line, and I think they look great. I think if this show is as big as I think it will be, I think you'll see a lot more figures from it. But I definitely see the complaints about, I think Equan mentioned it first, not having anything from the Loki show yet. But I mean, I like them. I think they're good. The zombie Cap, I don't like it at all. Just not a big fan of the zombies, to be honest. But speaking of zombies, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man 270 releasing July to September 2022. This is actually a pretty old comic. I think it's from like the 80s, one of the original What If comics. And so this is a design that's gone quite a ways back. One thing that's really interesting, Mario, I'm sure you could probably confirm this, but this Spider-Man here is based off of the Avengers Campus Spider-Man suit. So it's the exact same from the Avengers Campus. 270 seems a bit high. If you look at something like the Advanced suit, which was at that price point, it came with quite a bit more. The cape is magnetic, it's removable. You can get a really neat looking Spider-Man, or you can pop this cape on and you have a Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. No sculpt included, but that does seem like a miss for me, especially if this is going to be part of the animated line. It'd be cool to have an animated Peter Parker sculpt to go inside of this. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, this figure looks fucking awesome, dude. Again, it's Spider-Man and it's a What If, so it's like you could have technically a cartoony Spider-Man and put him in on your Spider-Man shelf if you really needed to, with like your non-animated figures, which I think is nice. Just in terms of the way the character's designed. The cape too. The cape is so cool. I've never seen this look before. Spider-Man with the Doctor Strange cape. So I'm super excited to see what the hell this is all about. Figure looks amazing. I mean, who knows? Maybe I like it so much I get it. I mean, as of right now, I have no idea. So, but I think it looks fantastic.
No, I agree, man. This is a pretty sweet looking piece. I mean, I think this translates a lot better than Doctor Strange moving into an Iron Man suit. But no, this is great, and I'm really considering picking this up just for the fact that this is a Disney Parks Spider-Man. So I don't know. I'm a sucker like that. Where it'll just remind me of a little bit of the park, just having that little, just having that piece up on the shelf. I mean, but that's just my thought. It's a pretty bare bones Spider-Man, although pretty badass looking one nonetheless. I like it.
This does nothing for me at all.
Wowzers.
It's a good looking Spider-Man, but it's just a Spider-Man with a Doctor Strange.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why is this a thing? I don't know. When I saw the Iron Strange, I was like floored. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is amazing. But
wow.
They make a Spider-Man and they threw his cape in there and they said, under Spider-Man, like, okay.
Well, it's like they took the Mark 50 and put a Doctor Strange head sculpt on it, and
they actually changed up the.
Well, that looks good.
They actually changed up the time stone.
The front chest piece. Yeah,
they gave him new effects, and this is literally a figure with an accessory.
Is like, this? Just ask a quick question. Is that actually Doctor Strange's cape?
I don't think it's the movie.
Like, it has no affiliation with Doctor Strange, right?
I don't know. It looks like the Doctor Strange. So if you're saying like, is it his own thing in this own universe or something? Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
Well, and what if like the characters, like you're thinking about them in the context of what we've seen in the MCU, but it's like the what if is totally different.
It's
like,
totally different.
Right? The what if like T'Challa becomes Star-Lord, right?
Yeah.
Like he's never Black Panther. He's just Star-Lord.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this means that, Peter Parker gets the Mind Stone or the Time Stone? Time Stone, and becomes a variant of Doctor Strange. I don't know. It's, or even if Doctor Strange gives him the cape, like literally it's all sorts of possibilities for all these different characters.
Yeah, James C says that this has nothing to do with Doctor Strange.
Because when I first, actually, Eddie, were you done with your points?
The last thing I was gonna ask, you see the picture? It looks like the web lights up, but it doesn't.
It glows. It looks like it glows.
Yeah, and when I was reading the listing for the figure, I didn't see anything about any glowing or like illuminative or whatever effects. I didn't see anything like that.
If this cape has nothing to do with Doctor Strange, I don't get the point of a cape.
Miles wanted a cape, bro.
You'll find out in the show.
Well, it's not Miles.
Well, when I first saw this, to be honest,
I don't know that. Could be.
It just seems odd because it's like the cape has powers, which is why you would want a cape. But it's like if it's just Spider-Man with a cape, that's weird.
I think that's pretty damn cool. Spider-Man.
It
with
looked
a cape.
weird in the Lego thing. It looks weird here, but I really
Spider-Man
appreciate
has a
the
web.
fact.
What does he need a cape for?
Wow.
If you're gonna give him the cape, take away the web.
Well, then he's not Spider-Man. He's just man. Cape Man.
He's just man.
Spider wannabe cape man.
Wow.
Eddie, I'll give this cape a 8.725 out of 10. 8.725 spider webs out of 10.
Wow.
3 peanuts out of 10.
When I first saw this, and I posted
8.725 peanuts.
When I posted on Collecting Weekly on the
that's a lot of nuts.
The Facebook page, I actually listed as Doctor Strange Spider-Man before I saw it was Zombie Hunter. Because that's what it looks like. It reminds me of Doctor Strange, but I don't have a need for this in the collection whatsoever. But how about if you take the cape off and have it as a Spider-Man? Have we gotten a Spider-Man body like this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I think the video game suit, regular Spider-Man, is similar to this.
Yeah. But not the spider symbol on the chest. I think that looks.
No, this is a new symbol.
No, that's all new.
It's a new symbol. Yeah.
Okay. The head sculpt looks pretty new too, because usually with the video game ones, there's a lot of texture between the web lines. This is like a flat.
It says in the listing, brand new sculpted head sculpt.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 Nutella sandwiches. Nutella and cheddar
and
sandwiches
cheddar out of 5. Brenton says it may be in the same episode as Zombie Cap. I imagine so if it's Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. Interesting release, and I'm really glad they went back to the Parks connection. Just a quick update. We'll blow through these two real quick. Update to the Neon Tech Iron Man 4.0. They're doing a special edition bonus. It comes with the arm gun and then the knife accessory here. This is not like an upgrade to the previously announced version. This is actually a whole different release. And so a lot of collectors are upset with that because I think this one's super limited. I think it's limited to like 200, and you have to be in those markets to get it. So that's a look at those there. And then also with Cyborg Spider-Man, they're adding the Spider Drone. Again, this is a special market bonus, so you have to kind of be there to get it or buy through a retailer.
Or just take one of your many Spider Drones and add it to this guy.
I like it. The springs. Look at the springs.
This is a nice accessory.
Yeah.
This was my favorite accessory with the advanced suit.
Every single Spider-Man before this.
They're like, shit, we have 200 extra.
It's the Grogu of Spider-Man.
Wow. Now this was really neat. The Jazz Ink diorama Scavenger, Iron Scavenger final photos. Now this is a fan art project, fan art as we call it around here, and it's been in development for quite a while. Yost has been working through the different creative challenges to produce it, and I believe it's nearing. It's completed essentially. Like the first few have been sent out, and I gotta say, like from concept to final, like we've kind of been there following this project, and it is absolutely insane how amazing this thing turned out. I mean, just the leather jacket built custom for this project, the different tolerances that Yost had to work through. The wings are so long and so heavy that I think he was saying he went through many different types of materials to find a material that would work. sort of building an apparatus to be able to display this piece, both standing and flying. James C says here it has a 4-foot wingspan.
That's nuts.
This thing is absolutely bonkers. What do you think about it, Dean?
Oh, thank you. Dude, this thing looks so good. I'm super bummed I didn't get a chance to pick one up, but
you can still order it.
Oh, can you? Yeah, because it's a custom
fan art.
Fan art.
Fan art, yeah.
Fan art.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the biggest thing I was worried about was the jacket, and it looks so good. I was like really like the clothes, like it's just like pants and boots, okay, but the jacket's gonna be real hard, because like Yost does like dioramas or vehicles, so I knew like he was gonna nail the wings, right? Like I knew he was gonna like just knock those out of the park. But it was like the clothes that I was like really like, I don't know. That seems like it's gonna be a whole other ball game. But I'll be dipped, dude. Look at this thing. This thing looks so good. And I have this Spider-Man, so I'm super tempted now.
I don't think so, Joe. Joe's asking, is it Michael Keane's face under there? I don't believe so.
No. Also, someone's asking for the price point. That is the price point there, about $550. Huge display piece built from the ground up, and I believe they had a lot of references for the actual like, I don't want to call it a prop because I don't know if they ever made a full 4-foot one, but for the design from the film, I think they had some references for that. Mario, what do you think about this?
I think this is amazing what Yost has accomplished. I mean, just considering he's basically a one-man shop, working alongside with his kids and his dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is his first 6-scale figure to actually come out, and it's impressive, man. I tip my hat to Yost, man. Great job, dude. This is an absolute phenomenal release, and the wingspan is absolutely impressive, freaking massive. I can't wait to see how collectors are really going to display
3.5
this.
feet or 4 feet,
something
4 feet.
Something like that. That's just absolutely insane, but. For those who picked this up, man, congratulations, and I really can't wait to see everyone's display on how they're gonna put this on the shelf.
I mean, just in terms of context, the Legacy Millennium Falcon is 2.5 feet long.
Jeez,
and that thing
is big, dude.
So double that, dude. This thing is huge.
Yeah.
Just to mirror what Mario said and James as well. Yost is absolutely killing it. He deserves a major pat on the back with what he's developed, and I to be honest, I think in certain aspects he's kind of putting Hot Toys to shame with some of the releases that he's doing. Because look, Hot Toys was the first company to tease this, and guess what? We know what happened with that. But a big congrats to anyone who's picking this up. A big congrats to Yost and his family for being able to achieve this. And if I was going to pick this up, I'd be suspending this in the air off the ceiling, get some fishing wire, and have Spider-Man on a like, let's say for example a D-Tolf on the top displayed, and then have him suspending out in the air with some fishing wire. I think that would look amazing.
Dude, you're gonna need some freaking military graded wire just to hang this damn.
Oh, you can.
Off the
Are
ceiling,
you kidding me? You pick up some. You get that special salmon wire.
Wow.
But this is I think it's a work of art. What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys have said. This is really awesome. It's awesome to see someone make this because people really wanted it when the movie came out and stuff. So it's cool to see someone making it for people that want it out there. I'm always a fan of that. If Hot Toys isn't going to do it, there needs to be someone out there that's going to give the people what they want. But it's cool.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I like the light up feature in the helmet. I think he nailed it. Like, it looks spot on to the movie. So yeah, really great job.
To put that price into context, there's a few commission jobs I've looked at in the past. One was getting a Deckard outfit commissioned. The price for the outfit, I never got it commissioned because it was so high. It was like, no lie, like $800. I've looked into getting a replacement Rocketeer jacket made for the Medicom one in case mine ever degraded. The price I was quoted was $350. Never got that done. And then even this doesn't have any rooting in it, but just to show you guys like how expensive rooting is, or even just custom painting. Rooting, you might be looking at like $200-$300 for a rooted head sculpt. Custom painting for like a real high-end artist, you could easily be looking at $400 or $500. So you're getting a body, you're getting the parts, the engineering, the packaging, the display stand, and a lot of work and a very small team for $550. So it is steep compared to you can get the Spider-Man that goes with it for like $200-$300. But when you really think about what went into it and how small the scale is for a project like this, it's I think it's pretty reasonable.
So do you guys think that if this were to be released by Hot Toys, I mean, I don't think the price would be so far off. If anything,
no,
I mean,
I think it'd probably be
the Falcon. The Falcon's like what, 4 something or 3 something rather. So
yeah,
no,
yeah,
the Falcon Winter Soldier.
No, yeah. The Captain America Falcon.
Falcon, yeah.
I
thought you were saying the cockpit. I was gonna be like, what did I miss?
Yeah, John, I'm comparing this to the Falcon cockpit, dude.
$375.
Yeah, so the pricing isn't that far off considering it's not released from a major distributor, manufacturer rather. But
yeah, they only made a few of these, so the cost per unit is going to be quite high. Yeah.
I think Hot Toys would charge way more, to be honest, because of the detail in the wings and the length of the wingspan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this would have been pushing probably like 420 or so, or it would have been Iron Man prices for sure if this were released by Hot Toys.
Yeah, I think.
Dude, for a 4-foot wingspan, dude, there's no way this would be like $600.
But to be honest, Hot Toys would have probably given us a portrait.
Do you think they would have given us a 4-foot wingspan if they released it?
Actually, you know what? I know they wouldn't have because they didn't even give us the figure.
Wow. Wowzers.
Well, Dean, we're talking what ifs here, all right? Don't freak out.
Yeah, this is the what if episode.
Like,
what if we all liked each other?
Wow, that's a big what if.
Imagine that. That's a big what if.
Wow.
I do like it.
You hate to see it, Eddie.
Like me?
You hate to see it.
Man.
I love you, Dean.
M Toys Loki. This is up on our friends over at 1/6 Corner. This comes into $165 price point, Q1 2022. Comes with the someone walked me through all these accessories. You got this crown here. You got alligator Loki, some daggers.
Tesseract.
Yeah, thank you. I lost my words there for a second. This one's a little bit more expensive than the one we showed a few weeks ago, but it does obviously come with quite a bit more. 1/6 Corner does have this if you want to order it. I haven't seen the show, but I did like that first head sculpt more, the one with the smiling portrait. Yeah. This something just seems just a tiny bit off. Yeah, I think that might be a Dean. What do you think?
In this scene, no one's bored, okay? This is like one of the most exciting scenes in the whole show. Also, his hair seems a little long. Yes, I could be wrong.
Exactly it.
Yeah. Okay, it is. The hair's a little long. He looks uninterested. His face is my face looking at this figure. Like, I just don't care. Like, it's
his
not
face
good.
is John's face during the unboxings.
Wow. What if?
I do like the little alligator Loki. That's cool as shit. I might try and pick that up on the secondary market, but
I mean, it must have been really easy to make that. They're like, quick, buy a bunch of shitty alligator toys from Paypo or from Hobby Lobby, and then glue the fucking.
Yeah.
Oh man, like the easiest accessory ever.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't really know why he comes with a Tesseract.
Yeah.
That's not a thing in the show.
Mr. JB says his head sculpt may be a recast of the Ragnarok Loki. It could be.
The hair's bad.
I think the whole thing's bad.
No, I agree with Dean. This thing, I like the other one better with the smiling portrait. It's more true to the scene as far as what happens in the show. And in here, he just looks like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. It just looks so bad. I don't like it. The tailoring looks okay. I like the fact that we're getting the alligator Loki, but this is just such a dull release compared to the previous one. The other one has more. It has more attitude. It has more a lifelike pizzazz, exactly, expression. In the overall portrait, which just adds another level of life to the figure, in my opinion. But this is just a simple pass for me. I'm not a fan of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm not a fan of these third-party figures. I don't like the head sculpt, don't like the hair. The accessories, subtract the Tesseract, I don't mind those. And the outfit. The tailoring looks really good. The green of the vest looks vibrant. The grays of the suit look good. The tie, I like the tailoring and the outfit. That head sculpt kills the figure for me, unfortunately. Eddie.
I don't know why they went. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know why they went with this first, because it's easy. Because you just throw a head sculpt and then get a suit together, and you got this version of Loki. But there are so many Lokis in this show, so many more that like people would rather have a figure for, and it's like, so you do this really quick because you can make a buck off this. That's what this looks like to me.
Well, to be fair, they did add one of those variants in this set.
Yeah,
you are getting another Loki.
Which is what Dean said. Like, everybody wants that alligator more than they even want this guy. Like, people are gonna buy this just for that alligator.
Parted out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But I mean, if we're just going off, like, I don't understand the figure, but it looks good. Like, it looks like a good figure. You're right. He wasn't bored in this scene at all. Like, he's a very outgoing, like, very smiley, excited character.
Look how happy he looks
scene,
on the base.
So. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
He's like so bored in the figure, and the base is all happy and cheery.
Well, that's another thing that I don't think even the other version of this figure got. Which, I mean, I guess it'd be kind of difficult to do, especially at the price point. But on his right shoulder, his suit's supposed to be like fucked up.
Is it?
It's supposed to be like fraying.
I don't remember it.
Oh, I don't
You can kind of see it right there on that little logo. There's a lot of like, it almost looked like a bouquet of flowers is what it looked like, but it's the suit being torn apart.
Do you think that they got the colors of the suit correct?
I
don't remember. I don't remember it looking like this.
Remember this fucking.
Actually, you know what? Now that you say it, I think maybe, and it could be the lighting, but I think the suit might be a real dark green.
Well, it makes sense.
I think it might be the lighting, because I'm looking it up right now, and it kind of looks.
The hair is definitely way too long on this.
Oh, I see the fray. You're right. The fray. It is flowers.
Wow.
It's a corsage, I believe.
Oh, is it a
like
corsage? It kind of just looked like it was falling apart.
Yeah, the suit
does
needs,
look like a corsage.
The suit definitely needs some weathering.
Yeah.
And the hair is atrocious. The hair is not even remotely like
There's
the character
the
in the
corsage
show.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how short his hair is.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a corsage? Okay.
And the
Because
suit
it looks so far off. The corsage
the
should
breast,
be like right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was the suit, where the suit and the arm meet. That it was like. But yeah.
Let me
Well, when they all turn on
that
him,
other Loki real quick.
when they all turn on him, his face
Spoiler
looks
alert.
like that.
Spoiler
alert.
Damn it, Eddie.
It's not a spoiler. I mean, it's not a big spoiler. When they all,
I felt spoiled.
Well,
They're
when
like
who
double-
turned on him?
when all
What's
of
next?
his
You're gonna tell him that
like
Loki
all of his
dies?
voters, when all of his voters double cross him, his face looks like that.
Oh man, he just
To
keeps
be
spoiling
fair,
damn show, dude.
the spoiler ban is only
is
like a
not
week
a-
long, and that's an whole episode. So I think you're fine, Eddie.
I don't even feel like that's a big part of the
Fine,
show.
Michael.
What the fuck?
Can I not find this pre-order?
Yeah, I remember when
I know
that
why.
scene happened. I was like, well, that's a huge disappointment. Everybody's kind of marketed this Loki as like the one to get.
He was in the show 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it
Yeah,
looks
that's
so
that.
cool.
Yeah.
We need a classic Loki. I don't care
okay,
who makes it,
if,
third party or what. Just get
Jesus,
someone to
why
make
are you
a classic
shouting?
Loki.
Yeah, if we were to get any of
Mike
the
doesn't
Lokis from this show,
What an ass.
what would you guys want to see? Like Dean, what would you want?
Sylvie for sure.
Oh fuck! Come on. Next.
Wow.
Crocodile.
I'm gonna take the
Loki?
easy way out and go for the alligator, which
Yeah.
is solicited here. So
I would
Okay.
so want a classic Loki.
What about the kid?
it is cool.
The kid is cool, dude.
His
Apparently,
next
he had a
he's
great
the
scene.
oldest one. He's the oldest Loki there is.
Can I spoil his story or no?
No, why
That's
are we spoiling?
that's a bigger
why are
spoiler.
we spoiling
But I want
all
to
of
spoil
this
his
stuff?
story
No, why would you do that? Let's
because
move
it's
on
fucking
before we
cool. It
spoil
has nothing to
anything.
do with the show.
Yeah, it has nothing
I
to do with
don't
the show.
Maybe
Wow.
season 2?
I don't think there is a season 2.
Of course,
Let's get into
there's a
get
season
into the
2.
meat and potatoes. Luke Skywalker Deluxe. This one comes in, I think, 4 versions. So it's regular version for $285, and then deluxe version for $330. lot of people are having issues pre-ordering this one, including our dear friend Mario. This one comes October to December 2022. We all knew this was coming. This was definitely not a surprise at all. And I do have a lot of great things to say about it. But the one negative thing I will say, and it's kind of been like the meme in the Patreon chat, is that there's a deluxe version of a DX, which makes it a DX, which makes no goddamn sense, because originally the DX meant deluxe, and then they muddied the waters by adding deluxe figures, and now we have the creme de la creme, the DX. At any rate, I guess the deluxe edition here, you get this, what are these called? Death Troopers?
Dark Troopers.
Dark Troopers.
Dark Troopers.
You get a damaged Dark Trooper, which I think looks great. There's a look at the special edition bonus. It's the hologram with the Moff Gideon's light cruiser. There it does have the separate eye rolling system, and the portrait is based off of, I guess it's based off of like a combination of Mark Hamill and the CGI model, or I guess like the deep fake technology stuff that they used. I think this is a great release. I think 285 is a bit high, but it's something that literally everyone wanted. And I think movers and shakers, the price of R2 is going to skyrocket. And I think at some point that's going to have to be addressed with the reissue. What do you think about this, Dean?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Wow.
I still think I'd rather have the Return of the Jedi Luke. But I don't see... Like, usually by now you would already see people like panic selling that one, which I don't. So I still think that that's the figure to own. I still think people are like, no, I'd rather own this one. That being said, I'll probably pick this up because I don't see myself picking up a Return of the Jedi one anytime soon. Just because, again, I don't really see people selling it, and if they are, it's like way too expensive. I don't really need the special stuff, like the Dark Trooper and stuff. I could deal with just a regular ass Luke. So, yeah, I think this is fantastic. If you don't like the hair, which I'm not a huge fan of, dude, there's so many like aftermarket Luke heads out there. It's not even funny. Sorry.
Wow. Bless you, bro.
So if you really had to, you could absolutely change out this head sculpt relatively easily. It's got the black cloak. A lot of people really digging that look. I know
they were buying them for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Manny was thinking about dyeing his. I was like, don't do that. You'll ruin it. I'll just buy one. And they're around the internet, $30-$40. It's not hard to get. But, I mean, literally like 3 days later, they announced this. I was like, well, there you go, man. You just buy the whole fucking thing. Yeah, I think it looks great.
Scott makes a great point there. He says it's interesting that Grogu has swap out hands. Mario, what do you think about this?
Wow, I didn't even catch that. The whole swap out hands. That is interesting. I mean,
they're tiny.
Okay.
Yeah, this
justifies the
this
price.
was along with this release and some of the other pieces that we're going to talk about later on. Hot Toys has had like a hell of a week, just dropping heat and dropping these pre-orders, man. I mean, I haven't pre-ordered so many figures within a span of a week and a half, and I can't remember how long. But no, this is an amazing release. They nailed the portrait, I think, based off the CGI, the original CGI model, not the YouTuber deepfake, whatever that person did. But they completely nailed it, and I'm not upset that it's not an actual Mark Hamill sculpt, but actually it's predicted on how it was on the show, and it looks great. It looks really, really good. I worry about possible staining with the black if you're leaving the hood up on the portrait for so long.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't. Yeah, you could just tape off the whole hair and everything, do like what D Knight did with his Joker.
Yeah, like masking tape. Or like
Zach,
that,
is it true if you like wash it first, like that'll take away some of the chance of getting a stain?
Yeah, if you wash.
But you
the
also risk
cloaks-
fading it though too, don't you?
No,
Fading the color a
not
bit.
really.
Just don't dry it.
The dye that you're washing off is the dye that wasn't absorbed by the fabric, right? So you're not really losing any color; you're just losing the excess. But I mean, I've seen people do it. I've done it before. I mean, the water does get pretty dirty, right? There's definitely stuff that's coming out of there, and that's stuff that would stain the figure. I think that's a great point. I think adding a little bit of saran wrap where the cloak might touch the head is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Because when you stain a figure like that, Optical 20 has a great video on it. You have to use like an acne cream. I mean, literally, it's basically like trying to bleach out that dye, and it takes a very long time. It's a very, very long process to do, and it's not even really 100%. It's almost easier to repaint it, if the issue's that bad.
You know what's cool about this piece too is that they come with a way more gloved hands than any of the previous pieces did, man. I mean,
that's
like
a good point.
I mean, way more than needed, and I think that's great. I mean, if I want more options for my other Jedi Luke to use with the gloved hand, I mean, I got a few extras. The Dark Trooper, smash stuff like that. It looks phenomenal. The cardboard background drop, it's all right, but I mean, none of us really use those backdrops anyway, right? So who cares? But
this one I don't mind though, because it's like 3-dimensional. Like to make that accessory would be very expensive and
leave some meat and potatoes for the rest of us. Jesus.
The Leia one was
what's with John and meat and potatoes?
The Leia was the same thing. The New Hope Leia exclusive it had a 3D backdrop also, but again, what you mentioned earlier, Zach, it was just why is there a deluxe of a DX and a non-deluxe for a DX? It's just that it makes absolutely no sense. It's just, in my opinion, the DX line in its current iteration is an absolute joke and it needs to die. Just move on from it. It's not even complete foam packaging anymore. It's just like a little piece of foam just for the figure itself, and the rest of it's all clamshell. So it's like,
it's stupid.
Who freaking cares, man? But anyway,
John. They either get rid of the DX or get back to what they used to do. Make up your mind. This release is amazing. Yeah, sure, the head sculpt's not 100%, but at the end of the day, I think it's the best. I think it's the. I don't want to. I think I'd say it's one of the best rendition of Luke out there.
Luke or Mark Hamill?
Luke. Mark Hamill as Luke.
Nah, bro.
Well,
what do you think is better?
That's his
because I agree. I agree with him. I think this is the best. Like,
best that we have. Yeah.
This looks more like Mark Hamill than a fucking shitty deepfake they did.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the deluxe Endor one, Mario. That one's really good with the wavy hair. I like that one a lot. So I'll allow that one.
That one's a tad off.
Still really good.
That one's a tad off, I think. But regardless, I really like this. This would be my first Luke. I didn't pick up any of the other Lukes, so.
Wow.
I'm definitely looking to pick this one up.
Whoa, wait a minute. No, that isn't. You have the actual original DX Luke.
Oh, DX07, sorry. Besides that one.
Come on.
I forgot about that one. That was a long time ago.
Wow.
More of the recent ones. But Dark Trooper's awesome. I like the beat up Dark Trooper. Looks better than the original Dark Trooper. And the cardboard base, I know Eddie's not a fan of it, but I like this cardboard base because it gives you that 3-dimensional feeling. Right, you can have him inside the actual base holding the Grogu sort of thing. You know what I mean? So I think it'll add a nice display. The special edition bonus, that's like they're giving us the hologram actual piece that emits the hologram, and then the hologram. Come on, they could have did a little bit better. I don't know what they could have included, but hey, maybe why not a Darksaber to go with Mando? I don't know, something. But
what they could have included?
I have an idea.
The
R2, yeah. But then that price would have been crazy, and they could have done an R2 without all the pieces. You're right.
Yeah, no opening, no features, plastic dome.
You're right.
Plastic dome. Just with the third leg that comes out, that would have been an insane.
You know what? I think
DX.
They're gonna save R2 for C-3PO. I still think there's gonna be a 2-pack down the line.
There is an R2 that doesn't open and shit, right?
Yeah, but that figure's like $500 now.
Is it really?
Isn't that crazy?
It's expensive, bro. Both R2s are super expensive.
What's the deluxe going for with all the opening pieces and all that?
Especially 500 plus, isn't it?
Wow.
Honestly,
I'm telling you, R2 is going to go up because of this.
Yeah. I got the first release R2 with the diecast dome, but none of the opening doors and stuff. Because I had the sideshow one, and I just never used all that shit, and the doors were always fucking coming. It was annoying. So yeah, I definitely agree with Zach. I think the price on R2 is gonna go up because obviously he's the best character in all of Star Wars.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah,
I agree with Dean.
Dude, if it wasn't for R2, none of this.
Don't fucking come at Max
none
Rebo
of the fucking
like
trilogy. None of the trilogy would have happened.
Max Rebo.
Can we kick Zach off?
There we go.
No, he's causing.
Wowsies.
Oh, no.
Wowzers.
You hate to see it.
Eddie, what do you
I
think?
love this Luke. I'll probably pick this Luke up because the only Luke I ever had was the Endor Luke, and I sold it a long time ago because I didn't think I was gonna get any other original trilogy stuff, and so I was like, what's the point of only having Luke, especially when, don't get mad at me, Mario, Luke is not my favorite character in Star Wars. I know, so
I can see that.
So I got rid of him, but I'll be happy to get this one. I love the head sculpt. I don't see anything wrong with it. I know it has the poofy hair, but it's like it was the same thing with that Tony, the Mark V, the racing suit Tony.
Yeah.
He had the poofy hair. It's like you can't with sculpted hair, you can't get away with that because actual hair, like it's a little thinner. You could see through it with lighting and stuff like. So it doesn't look like one thick ass chunk of hair on his head. So it's like, I can forgive him for that. But one thing that I wanted to look at that looked really interesting because the lightsabers looked really bright in the pictures. This is the first green lightsaber we're getting that has a white light on the end of it, not a green light.
Is it?
So, yes, I was looking it up. Well, okay, I don't know if I could say first, but I looked at the Qui-Gon, and he came with a green lightsaber with a green light. This one comes with the white light.
The white will be a little bit better.
And Justin's always talking about that on his reviews, how that would be brighter if it came with an actual white light. So hopefully we get something that looks like that in the pictures,
How do you guys feel about the boots being pleather?
I mean, they were always going to be pleather.
Well, I wish they were sculpted, but
sculpted,
I wish they were sculpted.
No.
But, it is what it is.
One thing that Mario pointed out, there's an iconic scene where Luke does this really badass force attack to one of the Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
And that hand is not included in this big-ass assortment of hands.
Exactly.
It's like, I think it has like a C grip to it.
No, just as flat out like a force push hand, like that.
That's not
I thought he was doing one of these actions.
Yeah.
At any rate, it's not in the set. One thing that I think is interesting, so we talked about the Grogu swap-out hands. I would have liked to have seen Grogu, because he's just like standing flat here. It would have been cool to have some legs that are kind of drooped down a bit. And one thing that I noticed while we were here is this Grogu actually articulates. The arms swivel up and down. For some reason, I thought the Mando one did, but it definitely was like locked into place. So this one does have that here, and the swap-outs are going to make it real interesting to pose that.
Something else I wanted to mention when I was going to talk about it. This is a great memory for me, and I don't know if you guys share in this with me, but this figure reminds me of when we watched this together.
That was such a fun
moment. And he came out on screen, and we were all like, and I was like, look at his saber, look at his saber. And Zach's like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
I remember Danny was saying some goofy ass shit.
That was such a fun night, guys.
It was an amazing night.
Stop making jokes.
I remember like it was yesterday. I wasn't even there.
John, you weren't even there, bro.
I wasn't invited to that.
Sean missed a good
You
one.
were invited.
No one ever heard of the Everyday Collector
Dude,
yet.
You didn't want to play
Was it that old?
with us that night.
Shit.
Wait, John, were you there? Really?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't think you were
was
there.
like, John, they didn't invite me.
It's okay. They left the best people out. It's okay, dude.
Why does Dean keep leaving? How
dare you?
This would have been a cool bonus. I don't think they would do this, but because they just released like the pre-production set photos of Doctor Strange Iron Man, wouldn't this be cool for the DX? Old man Luke in the outfit, head sculpt.
No.
Okay, well, John's a fake fan. I thought that'd be cool. They just released those pictures of him on the set. That would make it a DX.
Oh yeah, right? You're right. You're right. Yes.
Oh, I fucking hate John.
But what the hell? I mean, you can see the demand for this figure with, considering how the deluxe DX deluxe special edition was like
exclusive.
Oh, excuse me.
The DX special EX.
Exactly. No, the freaking sideshow page was completely shut down, and I thought it was just me because I couldn't load on my phone. I thought I had problems with my cell service, but apparently I saw another group that people were.
You got problems, bro.
Do you? So two questions. Go ahead. Sorry, Michael.
And then I just saw that other people were having the same kind of problems also, and it was a thing. So I guess Sideshow's page was really knocked down for this particular set just because of. I'm assuming because of the demand.
Maybe it was a Toys Wonderland attack.
Two comments. Comment number one: pre-orders didn't have that 5-day window, which was nice for the exclusive. And question number one is, what do you guys think the production numbers are going to be on this figure?
extremely
through
high.
the roof.
You think so? Yeah.
Iron Man.
Yep.
Iron Man Mark 50
This is gonna
numbers.
sit around for a while.
Do you guys wish that the cloak was wired? I kind of wish it was wired.
I fucking hate
Is it
wired.
not?
Oh, because it's not windy in the tunnel there. What do you?
Yeah,
gonna...
but when he's
Well,
fighting
he moves
the Dark
around.
Troopers, that thing's going all over the place, you know?
Well, yeah, if you're gonna, but see the way this is yeah. So they could have added the wire for extra gravy.
Like have both. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the extra accessory.
Yeah, because the way they're depicting it, he's just standing still.
Well,
not
in this
with
shot. There are some other
Yeah.
shots where they showed it where it looks like the cape is.
Oh
wired.
yeah, of course. But Hot Toys doesn't think ahead.
Could have given you an X-wing.
Come on. Innovative.
Deluxe
Joe
goes with
P
the X-wing.
says, I love how no one asked his name in that scene. Are you a Jedi? I am. Okay, here's the kid. Bye now. Wow. I think this is a great release. I still think 285 is a lot, though. I don't know.
That Dark Trooper's pretty good.
One thing also that doesn't make a lot of sense is I don't remember him ever using the hologram, like in the show.
No, I
Because he
don't
pretty
think
much
so
shows
either.
up, kicks ass, and then bounces.
Yeah, I think the hologram is a dumb accessory.
I'll take
Maybe
it.
maybe it's the what if.
It's an exclusive. I'll take it.
Batman XE suit from Arkham Origins was put up for pre-order. Also, this one comes in at
Change the photo,
$375.
Next slide, please.
I'm on the next side. What are you talking about?
No, now you are. Yeah.
I've been on the
There
next side literally for like
You
a
were.
minute already.
It was.
No, you weren't,
Yeah,
bro.
just move.
Go look
On
at the
my
replay.
end, it was.
Go
I'm
look at the
telling you,
replay.
on my okay, let's go check the replay. On my end, it was. I should be screwed.
Okay, all right, let's keep it rolling.
Anyways, Jesus Christ, John.
You weren't.
I was
Zach, man.
$375 July.
Get your
Do
shit
you-
together,
do you-
bro.
Do you guys want to run the show? Since you guys are so good at doing it, Dean, would you like to run the show?
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
Yes,
$375.
Send me the slides.
All right, here you go. I'll send it to you right now. Your computer will blow
Oh,
up.
this
trying
is
to-
gonna be
we'll,
good.
We'll see. We'll see
Oh, no.
Taskmaster's logo on your screen when you try to press the share screen. button.
Yeah, I'll be on
Guys,
the right
let's
side
get
though.
There you
to
go.
70 viewers here. Let's get
Oh,
there.
that was
Come on.
funny.
All right.
I know that.
Go ahead, Dean. I
Taskmaster
sent you the
reference.
link.
That was good.
Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
$375 for this one, and a lot of people like the Arkham games. A lot of people like the Arkham games. I think that that this is going to sell pretty well. I still have no idea what this little fishing rod accessory is at all. Love the ice effect there on the base. Love this little diorama stand, and it's nice because he's such a big character, but it seems like he fits this base really well. I think it's nice that they have the accessories kind of hanging off the base instead of hanging on the base. The accessory, I think it's kind of janky. It says here, cryptographic sequencer with 2x stickers. I think they should have just given you those as two different parts where you didn't have to pick and choose, especially for the $375 price point. Interesting thing that John mentioned was that for this one and for Luke, there was no timer there on the order window. So interesting to see that. What do you think, Dean?
I don't know anything about this character, this suit. I think it looks cool. That's about the only good thing I have to say about it.
Not the biggest Batman fan, are you?
No, I'm really not the biggest Batman fan, but also like I
that
don't
stings.
understand like this turbine stick with the pink energy blast. Like,
This is what if Batman came across Jaws. Jeez.
oh, is that what it is?
Jaws.
Even DC's doing what if now.
Jaws.
I like the base. I thought instead of just giving you like a plastic base, like the Star Wars base, like let's put a handrail on it. It's very Bo-Katan-esque. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks cool. I just don't know anything about it to like really like gush over it, I guess.
Yeah. It's a nice figure. It's different. It's coming from the game, so they're kind of going the same route as the Spider-Man releases. It's a good looking figure. It's going to be massive. Yeah, Jaws is that thing that looks like he's going to go fishing. That thing he's holding. But other than that, I like the stand with the Mr. Freeze effects. Hopefully we'll get a Mr. Freeze. Can you imagine that? That'll be a sick display.
An
We get
Arnold
that.
Mr. Freeze, please.
Well, that won't go with this one, but let's start small, Eddie. We'll get there.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, it's cool. It's not for me. The exclusive is, what are you gonna do? Would have been nice if it actually kind of lit up or something, or I don't know. That's what I think. But It's not for me. What do you think, Mario?
Dude, big, beefy, chunky, armored Batman is the shit, dude. Come on, man. This is a badass looking freaking figure, dude. I mean, granted, I played this game a long time ago when it came out. I don't remember this scene, if I'm completely honest. The Joker, the portrayal of the Joker was more memorable to me in that game than anything else. But I seriously don't remember this suit being in the game, nor the whole Mr. Freeze thing. I really want to go revisit it, but no, this looks great. I really like it. It's just too bad the Arkham line is so tempting. That line is so damn expansive, and I think it's all. Oh, okay. So Nicola the Great and Powerful says it is from DLC. All right. So my cheap ass doesn't pay for DLC. I believe in no DLC and just freaking, keep progressing to earn your freaking rewards, man. Come on. But no, the line is so expansive. There's no doubt going to be a Mr. Freeze coming in the future. I mean, we've got they still showed up Nightwing. I think there's a Robin. I don't remember, but Batgirl, the Harley Quinn, the Joker. There's so many figures in this line, and I absolutely love it. And I wish I had a spot where I can actually just go down that line. I sold some of my Arkham figures, but I wish I could have just hold on to it and just have its own little display in the corner. I would have loved to see it, but space is precious nowadays, so I really can't do that. But no, this is a phenomenal looking figure. I love it. 10 out of 10 peanuts.
10 out of 10?
That's high praise. We need someone on the clips, dude.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
10 out of 10?
Daddy, chill.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
This is cool. I don't think I played Origins. I think I played Knight. I think I played Arkham Knight. Which one was the one with the? I don't want to spoil the game because I know the dude that looks like Batman.
Jason Todd.
Why?
God.
No, not Jason Todd. Isn't that spoilers? The
That's
Arkham.
true.
Yeah, it's the
That's
Arkham
true.
Knight. It's the Arkham Knight. No, the Arkham Knight.
Everyone dies.
Bad guy. The bad guy in Arkham Knight, right?
Yeah,
He's the one that. Okay, that's the one I played. That was my favorite game because that's the only one I played, and I don't think this suit was in that game. So it's cool. I like the concept of it. I think the exclusive is retarded, dumb. Sorry,
Jesus.
We'll go back. What?
Who the fuck threw that motherfucking busted ass goddamn Adidas?
We'll take care of that in editing.
Adidas.
Totally. We can do that. We'll go back in time. Someone get the timestamp.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is cool. Like I said, the exclusive. I don't understand why someone would want 2 sheets of paper as their exclusive.
Yeah, here's 2
I think
stickers.
it's plastic, but okay.
No,
Either
it
way.
literally says 2 stickers on the website.
Stickers? What the?
Yeah.
All right, let's. Who on this panel is pre-ordering this?
No.
Come on.
No.
Not at
Dinas.
all.
I'm pre-ordering it for
Next.
Wow.
Next.
Wow.
Joking.
Okay.
Wow,
Hey,
we only
it's
have to
not
talk
about us,
things to
dude. It's the listeners.
Yeah, but our
What if they
listeners.
want it?
Our listeners are yeah, but we. Okay, fine.
John, do you prefer
We don't do it
that?
for us.
ordering it?
We do it for everyone else.
Utesby is.
No, he's not. I want to see the pre-order. Send it over, buddy.
Wow, Jesus.
Wow.
Prove it to me.
Prove it. I want to fucking see it. You post on that Patreon chat.
Wow.
Says the man with the Donald Trump figure sitting right in front of him.
How dare you talk
The
about
figure
your
is incredible.
Yeah,
It's
the
huge.
Batmobile.
It really is. It's impeccable.
You're right, Scott. That was the one I played with the Batmobile.
We finally saw Cyborg. And
From one bad figure to the next. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Wow.
Jokes.
3/15 October 2022 to December 2022. I think this looks great. I think I don't think it's diecast, and I think that's a small problem for a figure like this. I think you definitely want the diecast. The special edition bonus I think is interesting. It's that full face mask, but I don't think. I think that's only in one of the 2 cuts, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's in both. So I think that's an interesting accessory. I know this is not going to come out for a long time, but I think if you're someone who invested at this point in like 4 or 5 figures from this line, I think it's so refreshing that even after this huge amount of time that Hot Toys is going back and completing a line. And because of that, I support this figure. I'm not going to buy it because I don't have any of the other Justice League members, but I have nothing but good things to say about this. This is, I think, everything you could have wanted, and more. At the end of the day, Dean.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I have no dog in this fight. I don't particularly care about this character.
Don't fight dogs, dude. That's wrong.
I don't.
Don't be a Michael Vick.
Wow.
Dude.
Hey, he served his time.
I'm not particularly interested in this line or these characters. That being said, I think the figure looks fantastic. I think the price point's too high, especially if it's not die-cast. It's like almost insultingly high. It's like, man, fuck you.
Gee.
It's like, we're gonna give it to you, but at this price.
You're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, it's like why is it so high? I mean, again, it's not die-cast, and it's like die-cast price, so it's like, I mean, not that I think the die-casts are worth that, because they're definitely not. It's just like,
yeah, but
it's like I don't know.
This is die-cast price when die-cast first started, bro.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's not diecast, right? The body may not be diecast,
It
but there
doesn't
might
say diecast
hold on,
down
hold
there.
on. There might be some diecast in the figure, like
his knee.
Yeah, like they advertised the K2SO, and IG11 wasn't advertised as diecast, and they included some diecast. Now it's not like the Mark One, where the majority of the body exactly.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
Jeez.
the screws that hold the figure together don't count.
Semantics? We're arguing semantics now.
How dare you, Dean?
Yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah. It is what it is. It's cool. I don't hate it. I just like not interested myself.
Yeah.
I think it's super amazing that everyone that really bought into like one day we're gonna get it. I pretty much wrote those people off like, it's a pipe dream. You guys are wishing for something that's never coming, and hey, prove me wrong. There it is. So I think it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, Sean mentioned earlier that I'm happy that I didn't sell anything to him in regards to the set, and I am, because I never displayed pretty much the whole damn team. I mean, not because I was waiting for Cyborg, it's just that there were so many figures that were coming in where I just shuffled throughout the collection, where I just never, made an attempt to put the whole team together on display. Not that I really cared for this character too much either, but I am so glad to finally see this piece come out.
Finally? What did she say? Oh, okay.
Wow. Fucking Eddie. Someone mute this man. But
wow.
I lost my train of thought.
While you're gathering that,
Eddie,
James T says the engineering on this is really good. That is why it's pricey. It's a whole new body sculpt. It's like Alita. They had to make it all from the ground up.
Do you like when people comment on the whole new body sculpt? Like, Hot Toys had to do their job and create a whole new figure from something that they've never done before. Why do they always do that shit? Like,
but I think
it's brand new, guys.
But it justifies the price, sort of thing, right?
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, they've been scalping us for every other figure.
Yeah, I know. Like,
the price.
Well, that's
Bo-Katan
business,
is
isn't
the
it?
same fucking body. Why is she $315?
Which figure?
That
What the
hashtag
fuck?
mute Eddie. Mario, are we back with your train of thought?
The head sculpt on this thing was great. I'm happy. I pre-ordered this thing, and it's going to be nice to see the whole team finally set up on display in the way that I envisioned it.
Wow.
So I've got them all. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. And no, I think it's great. The special edition bonus, that's a banger. Those extra arms though are throwing me off. I really don't remember that from the movie at all.
It's what if Cyborg was Spider-Man? Iron Spider.
Yeah, but I'm glad those are removable. I don't think I'll be using them at all. But no, it's a great looking piece. I love how Hot Toys can really nail the details in their robotic figures. And one of the ones that I really like is the Terminator Genesis T800, along with the Ultron Mark One. Those robotic pieces look absolutely amazing, and this doesn't fall short of that either. So I'm really looking forward to getting this piece in the collection and finally having the entire team set up in the display that I've been envisioning for so long.
Mario, I think those little arms, those little gangly fucking weird things, I think that's when he's trying to pull the boxes apart.
Oh, that's right.
If I remember right.
That's right.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what they were.
What a memory.
Wow.
It's a gorgeous figure. We were waiting. How many years? God knows how many years. The thing that hurts with me personally, like I won't pick him up because I feel I wouldn't want him displayed. Again, my personal opinion, I wouldn't want him displayed on his own. I think to really get the feel and the presence, you're gonna have the whole squad in your display. So I think you were smart, Mario, for holding on to them. Beautiful figure. Light up features are awesome. I think it's the best special exclusive that we've gotten in a while for a figure. Other than that, whoever completed the Justice League line and held on to it, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm super excited to see your displays. I think Hot Toys did well, and it's about time that they're listening to us and they're putting a pause on the reissues and focusing on some of the new releases. What do you think, Eddie?
I wish that Star Wars fans were as whiny and aggressive as DC fans. Wow. Because then we'd have a Padme, and we'd have a Bespin Han, and we'd have airborne troopers. And we'd have all this shit. But no. Star Wars people are polite and kind, and they don't whine at every release saying, "Where's Cyborg? Where's Cyborg?" And then they get their Cyborg, and where are we? We're in the fucking ground. I don't know.
Cool.
But yeah, no, it's a cool figure. I like I like that that everybody who has their Justice League team is finally able to complete it. Even though like before last year nobody wanted any Justice League figures ever. That's cool. Yeah. Looks good.
A lot of hate.
There's like I'm sorry, Eddie, I gotta call you out on that one. There's literally like 45 figures from The Mandalorian. And I think next year
from The Mandalorian because it's
there's like
Disney
50
Plus push.
Look, there's like 50.
I didn't say that they're not making Star Wars figures.
This is the thing that happens. Anytime one DC figure gets shown, people are like, well, what about Bespin Han?
It's not a... Yeah, but it's not like they're not making Star Wars or DC. I'm saying they went back in the lineup
every
for this.
time anything comes out,
they pulled
in the comments, I guarantee
the
you'll see, where's Bespin Han? Where's Padme?
Well, where are they? Why didn't they pull those out of the lineup?
Yeah, but Star Wars fans are not...
Go start the campaign, Eddie.
Cyborg was definitely in more demand.
I'm not saying that we don't get stuff. I'm saying like I wish we whined as much so we get something that they had shown and ends up in the figure graveyard.
So let's start whining, Eddie. I want a Starfighter now. Give it to me now.
You've been whining. You always whine about that
John's
stuff.
The biggest
like I'm
whiner.
saying, we should be more.
Yeah,
like
that's
you.
why they listen. That's why you guys have Cyborg because I whine.
You're arguing my point now. Thank you.
What are you talking about, Zach? I told them to stop the reissues. They stopped the reissues. I told them to release Cyborg. I told them to innovate. We're getting a freaking Mark 1 with USB powered motors, for God's sakes.
I thought I had a big head. Jesus Christ.
You both have big heads.
So no head?
Bob Dylan says, after they make Lady Thor, we'll get Padme from Hot Toys or a 3P because they'll have to make a Portman sculpt. So why not get the most bang for their R&D buck?
Exactly. Drop the
John,
mic, Bob.
Equan says, John, just tell Hot Toys to leave some meat and potatoes on the bone.
Damn it, Equan.
This is John when someone says one thing out of order.
Potatoes.
You fucking good. That was good.
Oh boy. Hashtag we heard you, John.
I'm really glad you found a place to put that.
Hashtag
Dean, as soon as he said it earlier, I was like, oh god, I'm adding
That's
this
the
to
new
tab
hashtag.
right now.
We heard you, John. I like it.
I like how I hardly ever bitch about stuff. And
What?
like the one show,
Eddie, you only
the one
bitch
show
about stuff.
I bitch about stuff. Everybody's like, "Oh, Eddie's bitching."
Eddie, your middle name is
fucking,
bitch.
No, it's not just you, Eddie.
No, I'm
it's not
joking.
just you. Literally all week, I've seen people complaining about, oh, how come we don't get any OT Star Wars? When literally there's like 50 Star Wars Hot Toys on the docket between now and like 20.
Yeah, but we need original Star Wars. Original.
It's
Get
Star
out
Wars.
the
Okay, would you
Mandalorian
rather
cheat
would
sheet,
you rather
dude.
have no Star Wars?
You don't
like
buy
DC
Star
has?
Wars, so you don't care.
Exactly.
I've bought Star Wars.
You don't. Yeah.
Am I not allowed to have an opinion? Am I not allowed to have an
There's so much in the
opinion?
pipeline
Because
that
I
needs to be
don't
done
buy
for the
them.
original.
All right, everybody,
trilogy.
everybody,
The show's
we're all
15
talking
minutes
over each other. Everybody.
Daddy,
chill.
Are you
The show's
not
gonna be-
entertained?
the show's going to be 15 minutes long if we talk about the only things that we order. I'm just saying there's a lot of love for Star Wars and Marvel.
Where's the fucking Evangelion? Where's the Evangelion Hot Toys, guys?
Thank you.
Okay.
Where's the fucking...
We don't want Hot Toys to go out of
Where's
business.
the Princess Mama Shuku?
Mama Fuku, get it
James
straight.
says
It's Mama
Eddie
Fuku.
Eddie never bitches about stuff. Am I hearing this
That's
for real?
wrong.
Name one thing I've bitched about.
There's
How
too
long
many.
figure
Figure-wise.
Name a show
Name
you're on.
Name one figure that I've bitched about. Tell me.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's so many.
We gotta.
Yeah,
we gotta
exactly.
Anyways, the Rocketeer.
Okay,
the
I'll clip
it. Yeah, clip that. The 1/6 scale.
Let's
by
get a
Black
montage
Box
going.
Yeah,
and
I
the
want a
Guess
full
Me
fucking
series.
montage. I want to see it.
Wow. By the Guess Me series. I gotta say, like, initial impressions of this figure, I was so excited. And the longer I looked at it, the worse it got.
Yeah.
The head sculpt is just really poor. The jacket doesn't look like the right color. The helmet doesn't look like the right color. He's rocking a holster, which, if you've seen the movie, he has a pistol for literally like 7 seconds. And one of the most iconic moments in the film is when they do a very janky repair to the jetpack with a piece of gum. And it doesn't have that. There's like... I guess the base is cool, but even then it's like it's too short because his boots would be burning, and that doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. The more I look at this, the less I like it. I think it's great. I think maybe I'll pick one up for the jacket and try to repaint it a little bit.
The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. I think it's great.
Well, I think it's great because there's a lot of people that want a Rocketeer, but the Medicom one is either that's hard to find in good shape, and when you do, they're pretty expensive because most of the jacket is just deteriorated. Most of the body is like pretty much dissolved in the suit. I don't know. I know a lot of people that like Rocketeer that have been dying to get their hands on a Medicom in good condition, so this is a thing for them, but it's just not... It's almost like they looked at the Rocketeer once and then never looked at it again when they designed this figure.
Yeah.
Just doesn't look great.
I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with the movie.
That's definitely the movie jetpack, though, because there is the comic series, but it's like a totally different design, and the helmet's...
Oh, is it? Because...
Yeah, it's like a vacuum cleaner.
Okay, because the likeness of the actor is not there at all.
No.
It looks like a different guy completely. Like they were like someone was just like, "Hey, make a sculpt of a white guy," and they're like, "Oh, what kind of white guy?" They're just like, just as fucking like
Don't go there.
Be
Just
careful.
saltine cracker motherfucker.
Wow.
looking like-
Saltine cracker. That's a whole new...
We're getting
I'm canceled? I'm the one that gets canceled?
Yeah,
Saltine cracker.
You didn't have to go there.
I'm part white. I could say it. Just go back to that head sculpt.
Minimal part.
I guess I can make
It's
my
just-
Mexican joke now.
It's just no.
Hey,
You're not
you watch it
Mexican.
there, buddy.
Yeah, you're Portuguese. Like that. It just looks like a different person. Like it's not even supposed to be the guy. So that's kind of why I was thinking like, oh, this might not be a movie figure if it's got a holster or. But if you say the Rocket's totally different, I guess. I don't know, because I'm looking at pictures online and even the comics kind of. I don't know. Movie wise, terrible. I think it's a cool looking figure though. Like, I would never use the head sculpt, so I would just keep the mask on. I'm actually super impressed with how good you got the boots on yours, Zach, compared to what I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
I can't tell if those are they pleather or are they sculpted?
So that is pleather, and I know why they went with pleather because I have the T1000 police boots on mine, but when you put them in a flying pose, they're rubber, so they don't bend. So you can't put the feet like out. So it makes more sense to do pleather. So I have no problem with that. Irwin says if it was unlicensed, it might be better. This, I believe, is unlicensed because Black Box Guess Me series, the K and the Bond that they've done were all unlicensed. So I don't.
This is unlicensed?
believe this is licensed. I believe so.
Yeah, because it doesn't say the Rocketeer; it just says Rocketeer.
It should say the Rocket Who. That'd be
Rocket
a
Man.
throwback.
Rocko who?
What
John,
is
what do
the
you think?
Rocketeer?
I've never watched
Nazi
this movie.
Fighting son of a gun.
I don't know this character. And I can guarantee you this will not last. This will not pass the 10-year test of time in the box. Jonathan's 10-year test of time, because that jacket...
What does that even mean?
That means I buy the figure, I open it up, I put it back in the box for 10 years, and then when I open it in 10 years, the jacket's gone.
I mean, most of your other leather
turned to
figures
dust.
do fine.
It dissipated.
But this is leather, no? This is leather?
Remember that
this
one
leather.
unboxing when John said that things don't age in the box, and we all had to be like, wait, do you understand that?
Well, mine don't.
Time works
seem to
differently
age.
in the box. It's like the cover.
Time works differently.
It's like the cover.
Canada.
There you go. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know the character. I guess put the helmet on and it'd look pretty cool. But yeah,
I'm
that's
sad that you haven't seen this movie.
I haven't seen the movie, no.
Dude,
it's on Disney Plus.
This was one of our first.
It might have actually been our first.
I think it might have been, yeah, dude. I thought the same thing, John. I was like, whatever, I guess. I watched this movie. I was like, dude, fuck yes. The movie is so good. I think it's in dire need of a remake.
See, James got it. John loves keeping his figures in boxes for decades. This is how I look. I look at a Hot Toys figure like a nice vintage wine. You get the wine, you inspect the bottle, and then you put it in your wine cellar for 10 years. And in 10 years, you pull it out and you take a little inspection again, and then it goes back in.
So then why don't you collect wine
So
instead?
at what point do they come out of the box for good?
They come out of the box for good when I'm ready. A celebratory event, just like a bottle of wine. A celebratory
But by the time you
event.
take them out of the box, there's like 2.0, there's reissues. Your figure
Yeah, that's why I
bad
get
in
angry with Hot
comparison.
Toys. They're not allowing my aging process to to run at its
They come out of
finest.
the box on Monday nights, Zach.
There you go. See, Eddie, I love this
right
guy.
back in.
I love this guy. This fire effect here, it looks like you went to an all-you-can-eat buffet and ate the wrong thing. Like, I don't know. But
Taco Bell $5 Phillip edition.
It actually does kind of look like a penis.
yeah, I think that's
The
where
more I
penis
look
is.
at it, the
It
more
does.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's very phallic.
Lawn mode penis.
On that note, Mario, what do you think?
All I see is a dick now, man.
Jeez.
Aside from the 4 that are on here, there's another one. Right there.
We're talking about the figure.
What the fuck did I do to you today?
I said
nothing
John.
nice to you.
I said John.
John, what's wrong with John?
No.
Oh, I
Fucking
didn't
Mario
hear.
said there was
No,
4
G's
dicks in
getting
here.
sensitive. He
Pam
turned
says,
from
"John,
the
you
screen, but
whine,
he
not
heard me
drink
call him
wine."
a dick. But
What the?
Well, we're claimed.
What was that?
That was an amazing
You're
claim.
laughing.
Do you have the other one too? You gotta
No,
play
I,
the
did-
other one.
I gotta do it later. I'll do
oh,
it
that
later.
that would have been
boy.
amazing to have that other one, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, Rocketeer. You know, I haven't seen this in a long time, and I remember liking it. I like the era that it took place in. I thought it was pretty cool, but I haven't seen it in years, so I really can't comment much about this figure. But from what I remember, I think it looks fine. If I'm honest, I'm just looking at these pictures only, so I really can't judge it, too harsh because I'm not much of a fan as Zach is over here. But I don't know. To me, it looks good, even with that big old
Type raise.
red and orange dick and all.
Oh, come on.
Wow, dude.
Kids are watching.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I meant penis.
What? That's even worse.
Getting into release, the Battle Damaged Thanos was released in Hong Kong. I think it looks good. I got nothing bad to say about it.
Looks good. This thing
Dude, that shocked face, I didn't realize it came with that.
Shrink
so
ray.
good.
Shrink ray.
So good, dude. Yeah, this figure looks phenomenal. I have nothing bad to say about it.
John?
I think it's a little late. Like, who's even paying it? Well, I'm not gonna say who because I'm sure there's a lot of people. But it's like, come on, I'm personally I'm way past the Avengers line, way past it. I'm knees deep in Star Wars Mandalorian figures. But it looks good. At the end of the day, it looks better. I think it looks better than the OG release. I like the battle damage. Fantastic to display with the Iron Man. I don't have any complaints either. The expressions are great, and the details on the armor and weathering the damage look really well done. What do you think, Mario?
Dude, you took all the meat off the bone, man. Didn't leave nothing for me.
Just sucked it right off.
Yeah,
Ew.
you did.
What?
Clip that.
You do what you do.
Clip that.
What the
You did
fuck?
Clip that.
You. God.
Yeah, you know when you eat a bone with bone marrow?
He's like, oh, I shucked him, right off. I shucked him dry.
No,
Jesus.
this Thanos,
I'm going mute.
I agree with you that this is like a crazy late release and all, but I mean, this doesn't take away on how amazing this freaking figure looks, dude. I love anything battle damage, man. I prefer that over a clean look when possible. But no, this looks absolutely amazing. I love the details in the armor. The gauntlet looks great. The portraits are on point. So this is a solid. I think this is a solid release. And for those that are waiting for this particular Thanos to arrive in their collection, I say congratulations.
Sean's like, hype collector's gonna hype collect. What does it matter? I don't want to. It's not hype. It's not hype collector.
Shut up.
Sean's mad because he ordered the non-battle damage before they announced this.
Yo, for real though, that was some shit what they did. It was like,
Yeah, I know, that was fucked up, dude. Everybody ordered the regular, and then they announced this. I think it's fucking fantastic. I think this is the one you need to have. This is the Thanos of all Thanoses. Thanai.
This is a Thanos that was beat though, Eddie.
Yeah, but
this is the Thanos that was defeated.
Okay, well, if you're getting an end game, Thanos, this is the Thanos to have.
I agree.
Is that better? Because I agree with you. I'll take the winner too. But it looks great. I like that it came with the snapping.
What
the snapping. Wow. The snapping gauntlet with no stones in it. That's cool. It's cool. I had a Thanos hot toy, the Infinity War one, and I don't know what it was about it, but I don't know. When hot toys are bigger like this, they feel more like toys to me. Like the Hulk does too and stuff, so I just don't like them as much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't get like the bigger ones. But
no, it's just a shame that the original Infinity War release didn't come with any sort of snapping gauntlet. I think that would have put that over the top.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
What's he saying now?
Sean says, I love this one talking shit about John for being, quote, so far out of Marvel and only collecting Mando.
Dude, John doesn't even buy Hot Toys anymore.
No.
All of his stuff is in his basement. That's all.
What are you talking about? Coming from the peanut gallery that got rid of everything. And what are you talking about?
Oh man.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Like this.
Calm
down.
I don't buy. I've fucking. It's not my fault. Hot Toys releases one every 4 years.
Ask John when's the last time he pre-ordered a Hot Toy.
Heavy Mando was the last Hot Toy coming in.
Jesus,
and then it was Beskar
like
Mando.
4 years ago, dude.
Well, what's released?
I'm just
what's
kidding,
released?
Man. I'm just
collecting
kidding,
pre-orders,
man.
baby.
Exactly.
The 504 Clone Trooper, the
John, what do you think about this thing?
I said already. I gave my 2 cents already. That's why Sean's.
Okay, is everyone 2 cents? Is everyone
Sean's giving us
down?
2 cents over here.
Dean, it's that time for where we thank our sponsors for keeping the lights on.
We're gonna thank what the scrapyard, Annie. That's right. I said it, and I'll say it again. We want to thank our friends over at Water Scrapyard for sponsoring tonight's episode. You can find them on Instagram at Water Scrapyard. That's their name on Facebook and eBay as well. They make 3D printed parts for hard-to-come-by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, which is a tremendous amount of help when you're looking for those lost and long-forgotten pieces. He also makes 3D printed head sculpts of anybody in the world that you could think of. In fact, if you don't see somebody that you need a head sculpt of, you could send him a message on Instagram or Facebook, wherever, and he'll get it designed, printed, and shipped to your door for an insanely reasonable fee. A hit of Watto's. He's amazing. We love Sean. What a good guy.
Man, you guys need to. Our second sponsor, 6 Corner. 1/6 corner.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because my fucking temperature now, I'm boiling over here. Our second sponsor, the wonderful 1/6 corner. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Niccolo says, does Watto ship internationally? I believe so. I do believe he does. We won't spend too long here because I don't really know how big of a story this is. The Mark 85 Battle Damage prototype was on display, and there's a lot of controversy about the showcase versus the prototype comparison, and how a lot of the battle damage had gotten a lot softer, and just the paintwork in general didn't look so good. Hot Toys China distributor did clarify that this is just a prototype and it's not the final product. It's something they're still developing. But I think it's interesting because really, when these figures are solicited, you might only see them 3 or 4 times at shows before they come out. And so each time you see it as you get closer to the release, you start to freak out that this might actually be what you're going to end up getting. They've said it's a work in progress. This could become more detailed like the other one, but I think Hot Toys definitely now is under the lens for changes like this. When things get a lot worse than were advertised, I think collectors are not willing to accept that anymore. Dean, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I would be super worried. I mean, up here, especially on the shoulder comparison, I mean, that's like night and day difference in terms of quality. The prototype looks way better just in terms of sculpted detail and kind of like chiseled away, as opposed to the one that's right here at the showcase where it's just like, oh, we'll just take some off the edges. Like, it just looks terrible. If it's still under development, hey, okay, fine. Like, we'll see how it turns out. But I don't know, dude. It's coming real close to this figure being released. It's not a huge vote of confidence for me. Eddie?
I don't see a problem. I see the problem with the shoulder, what you were talking about. Doesn't the showcase chest and the prototype chest, doesn't the prototype look better, though?
That's what we're saying.
So, like...
So we're saying the quality's gotten worse.
Oh, you know why I'm confused? You know why I'm confused?
Yeah, this graphic's not very clear.
Showcase is on the left and prototype's on the
right.
right. And then prototype's on the left and showcase.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's my simple mind at work there, Dean.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, Eddie.
I apologize. I didn't pre-order this, so I don't give a shit. John, what do you think?
You gotta have an opinion.
I didn't pre-order either. But you
what
gotta
is
talk
with this
about
panel? If you don't want pre-order, you don't like it.
I'm
You
just
don't have
being
a thought
funny,
about
man.
it.
I'm just being funny. Hopefully, you said that it's not the finished product, so it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Put your faith and love into Hot Toys because they've taken care of us every single time before this. I don't know why you'd be worried.
I agree.
Always take care of us. You know?
I agree with Eddie. I think this is just drama. This is just putting drama in the community. Hold on.
Let me put this into more context though. The estimated ship date is August to September 2021.
Yeah, but this was just a showcase. I think it is developed. I think they're just putting this on the showcase, and they didn't give a rat's behind, and they're just putting it there. I don't think if Hot Toys in their right mind actually put this in the box, are you kidding me? They'd get mutilated. The head sculpt looks really good, though, just to say that. But the suit, they can't put that in the box. They would never. They wouldn't dare. Let's wait before we all jump down their throats. And I'm the first one to do it. Let's wait to the first in-hand photo. And then they can just take back the figure like they did, where we're going to have to ship everything back, and they're going to ship us something else. And
you think they would do that for a whole figure?
They won't do it because they're not going to. I don't think they're going to put this in the box. This would be ridiculous. This looks like a Hasbro figure.
Equan says people already lost confidence after the similar Mark 85 head debacle. Also, how many people actually were able to get the new head?
Yeah, it was dirty. That was very dirty. But
Steph says the passion.
I think what Sean said here is the basic takeaway. He said it before, and he'll say it again. Production versus prototype. Designing for mass reproducibility is a real thing. Like,
yeah, but this is totally different.
When you design for mass, this is how it comes out softer. You know.
Yeah, but this is like softer. This is like Stay Puft Man here. Like, how soft do you want it to come out? This is a little soft.
That's what she's saying. First of all,
Jesus Christ, Eddie, man, this is a serious show.
So Chronicle, when we had our interview with Chronicle, they said that they shoot for 85 to 90% from proto to final. Now, I don't know what Hot Toys threshold is, but I mean, it is quite a bit different. I mean, if the release product is going to lose that much quality, would it not be better to show a more realistic look at what we would be receiving? That's what I think.
What Iron Man figure have you had? Does the Thanos look like the battle damage look like that? What Iron Man figure have you had where it's lacking that kind of detail? We haven't had one to date where the suit is lacking detail to that extent, right? So let's take it easy. Let's take a deep breath in, and then exhale slowly, and let's see in hand.
I mean, literally, their last Iron Man release was fucked, and then they got roasted for it. And
but that was the head sculpt.
Adjusted. I mean, that's a pretty big part of the figure.
Another case of Marvel and DC fans getting everything in Star Wars get shit on.
Boy. You hate to see it, Eddie. You hate to see it.
Mario, and what's your one hot... Okay, we'll save it for a different show. Mario, what do you think?
Okay. I have this piece on pre-order, right? And I'm not happy on what I'm seeing here. The shoulder freaking piece just obsessed me even more. It's a completely different design from what the prototype is soliciting. So why the hell would you tangent so hard like that? I mean, it just looks bad. I mean, there's no battle damage anymore on the shoulder. You have the exposed little arm joint there. The paint applications in the battle damage look shit. And what Zach said earlier, this figure is supposed to be due to ship sometime third quarter this year, which is too damn close. So I know this thing isn't freaking. This has to be really, really close to what they plan on releasing. So, but the thing is it too late to go back and retool it? Because we're not going to get replacement figures like we could with the head sculpt, right? So I don't know. I hope that this really is just another prototype and not the actual end release. So I'll go ahead and reserve judgment, but for right now, I don't like this at all. And
so you're gonna cancel? Are you gonna cancel the pre-order?
No, of course not.
Okay.
No, I'll wait for the finished product because again, John, like I said before, my plans is to have the original 6 Avengers displayed next to the
that makes total sense.
League. That's what I want to do, so I really want to hang on to this.
But let's say the figure comes out. And in the in-hand photos do come like this. Would you cancel the figure or would you still purchase it?
No, I'd probably cancel it because this is damn near deal breaker for me.
Unacceptable, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, just that far of a tangent. I'm just looking at the shoulder piece. The chest armor is it's still bad, but not that bad. It's just I'm more upset over the shoulder armor than anything.
See, what worries with me about the shoulder and what worries me about it being final is if you look on the prototype, you can still see the shoulder peg. I believe that's what it is. When you look at the showcase, you can see that they put the piece to fill the shoulder peg to hide it. You see that piece with the little blue, whatever that is, light?
Yeah.
So that's what scares me. But I just say let's.
Don't like it.
I'd be so disappointed if this is how it turned out. It would be very disappointing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Zach, I'm gonna ask you this. Don't you expect less detail and a softer outcome in something that's mass produced over like individually handmade each figure? Isn't this to be expected? I'm not saying
but these are totally different.
This bad.
Totally different,
less quality. Like if the showcase sculpt was exactly the same as the prototype with just a little less detail, that's one thing. But if it's completely different, it's like the head sculpt for the Mark 85, right? Like, if they showed us that head sculpt that they solicited, and then the final was, maybe the paint was a little soft, or maybe the sculpt was a little soft. Sure, I could live with that. For example, with the Jamie from 3-0, the Game of Thrones one, the hair had this really nasty part in it that wasn't in any of the prototype pictures. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but it's not like they just totally, without telling anyone, switched the head sculpt, right? That's what they did with the Mark 85, and that's what they're doing here. That's my bigger issue. Like, I get what you're saying. Of course, you're going to have a quality decrease. Nothing is ever going to be... that like prototype has so much, it's like those head sculpt photos that they show, artists that actually do the master painting. The production's never going to have that level of care by that quality of painter. They might have spent, 10, 20, 30 hours painting that sculpt. Off the shelf Hot Toys, probably has, 10, 20 people doing one step at a time and then passing it down and starting another head sculpt and just basically assembly lining it. You're never going to have the same quality, but this is totally different.
So can I just ask a quick question then? Then is it a smart business plan to put that much love and care into a prototype? Because then at the end of the day,
they should show more realistic.
Exactly,
because it creates pre-orders.
Because then you're just going to end up into this issue where you're getting.
If you can duplicate the production as to what you can solicitate in a prototype, then put that much love and care into the prototype. If you know the end product is going to come out just as good as far as the sculpt is concerned. I mean, the paint apps, of course, we're going to expect. It's not going to be damn near as a hand painted prototype. We all know that. But just to change the actual sculpt itself, the details itself, it's just
the paint application is completely different. Yeah.
The paint apps are more forgiving.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, I've said this a long time ago on the show, but Hot Toys doesn't take on these projects because they're easy. They take them on because they're one of the best companies that do it. And so that's why we hold them, or at least I personally hold them to a very high standard. When I see things like this, it's disappointing because I know that they've made amazing releases in the past. And especially, this level of weathering, if you're saying figures coming out in the future are going to also have this decrease from prototype to showcase to final, for me, that makes me less likely to order like a battle damage version of something in the future. That's just my take.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Obviously, they're going to do their best to sell, but you don't want them to be selling a lie, right? You don't want them to be selling, oh, this is what you're going to be getting, and then it's a complete, like I like to say, a complete 360.
But their battle damage pieces have looked so freaking good, man. I mean,
right?
RoboCop battle damage.
Yeah,
I think that's what Zach was saying. Is like we know that they can do.
They have a track history for
bangers. So like this is unacceptable.
Yeah, but what
level they did 10 years ago?
At what level were those figures? What number were those produced at compared to the number that this is being produced at?
Yeah, but look at the price points too. These are twice as expensive as those old battle damage figures.
Those were probably way less produced though too. So there's more time to go into.
Yeah, but Eddie, with a company with the name Hot Toys and their track record, you should never drop the ball when it comes to producing figures. If that means you have to lower the production.
I'm not saying you guys I get what Eddie's saying about the detail, but I'm also saying they're producing on a crazy different scale now. And they also. They're a company that's trying to make money.
Yeah, of course.
They're not going to individually detail every single one of these.
They're not going to say, "Well, here's this one for Jonathan." Well, we're gonna put real gold in the paint app. No, obviously.
No, again, we weren't talking about paint apps. We're just talking about just restructuring the
sculpt is not
the sculpt itself
there either. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, even back then, I mean, like production is like, I mean, literally one person's job might only be to like do this one little divot on the chest. Like that's all that person's doing all day for like 1,000 of these figures. It's not like one person gets a clean figure and they're painting the whole thing. I mean, they're basically just every person has a job, and at the end you kind of get a paint by numbers approach, and you get you should get a battle damage figure at the end.
But to end on a positive note, I just want to say that head sculpt though really does look really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
We'll see if it looks like that when it comes out.
Can you imagine if they gave us the Stuart Little again, dude? That shit would be bananas. James says Eddie is right again. They've gotten way bigger, but I don't know that they're that big that it. I mean, Hasbro's a huge company. They make some of the best 12 scale figures.
I hate comparing Hasbro.
You can't compare Hasbro to Hot Toys.
They're $20, man.
And honestly, their What If figures I think look better than the Hot Toys ones, but we'll save that for another day. Funko Digital Pop. Now, Dean and I talked about doing NFTs for Collecting Weekly a few months ago. It's very expensive to get those off the ground. And so we never did it. But I think it's interesting. So Funko Digital Pops are non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, in the form of digital collectibles featuring Funko's unique stylized figures. They'll be offered in packs starting at $9.99 US. Each pack of Digital Pop gives you a chance to reveal one of the rare Funko Digital Pops when opened, which can reveal a free limited edition physical pop. The digital pops will be available to purchase through the Wax platform using your Wax account and a credit card. The price points are standard $9.99 for 5 digital pops, or $30 for 17 digital pops, and they are redeemable in some cases for physical pops. Cards will have varying rarities from common to grail, and for more information you go to digital.funko.com. NFTs are huge right now. Dean and I, we had the idea to sell like episode artwork and like people could buy an NFT of that artwork and they'd own that artwork. It just never really worked out. But it was something we considered. But I think it's going to be interesting because this plays into two different hype trends, right? One, NFTs are huge right now. People are spending thousands of dollars for modern art NFTs or any type of... A lot of podcasts have NFTs. But two, they're also kind of getting that crowd that's into those blind boxes. If you go to Target or Walmart, you see them... My kid is like addicted to those things.
Just for someone who doesn't know what an NFT is, like listener wise, can you? I don't know myself what an NFT is.
Let me look up. So an NFT, it's basically like a digital token, right? So you can buy. I'm probably going to explain this very poorly because I don't have the most in-depth understanding of it. But like you could buy, let's say, this Michael Jordan art, right?
Okay.
And you basically own a digital limited token of that art that no one else can own, but you can sell it as if it's a physical item, right? So like,
even though I could go screenshot it and have it on my phone,
that doesn't mean he owns it. Yeah. So some digital art will sell for millions, right? Like some of these digital pieces will sell for millions, right? And I mean, really, it's just it could be anything. I could, Dean could make a picture of himself, and if he had enough money, he can make a Dean the Dream NFT.
Well, how do you purchase it?
Pure bullshit.
So in this case, you go to the which is WAX. You go to that service, and there's a marketplace, and you can buy the NFTs. So, for example, let me show you this right here.
So let's say I buy an NFT.
Let's say you buy. Well, you own one copy of it. So NFTs can be limited, so you can sell it as a one non-fungible token, or you can make 3,000 of them, and once 3,000 are sold out, then that's done. Now, for example, let's say you get this NFT here, you buy it. It appears to be a blind bag type of thing, and you get the limited Bebop Ninja Turtles design.
Okay.
You go to Funko's website and you verify your information, and they'll send you the physical pop, which I think is cool. But if you don't get the NFT that's limited, you just own basically like a digital picture in a wallet that looks like this.
So here's a quick question. If I own an NFT and it can be on Google Images where anybody can copy and paste it, then what's the point in owning it?
Well, I mean, you could own the Mona Lisa painting, but there's millions of people that can also own
James's
a digital
comment,
copy of it.
You own the serial number that goes with that.
Yeah, so you basically own, like, I mean, it could be very limited. Like, I think some of these pops, they were saying there's only like 100 of them. Or it could be, like several thousand. James says no one else will have the actual serial number that is attached to the original.
It's almost like fig pins.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a digital fig pin.
How can you verify that, though? There's the service
it's in their service, yeah.
All right.
It's like that whole blockchain kind of... No one's going to have the exact blockchain but you for that item.
So actually, August Patreon is actually just going to be NFT. We're actually just going to send you a picture of the stickers, not the actual... No, I'm just kidding. But, okay, so let me just go to their website, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like, what it would look like if you had one in your wallet. So you'd have, like... It would kind of look like this. And then I assume somewhere on this little card would be, like, your serial number. It's basically just like you're buying, in this case, digital trading cards. And if you get a rare version of one, you could redeem it for a physical item. Honestly, I don't know that much about NFTs, but I thought this was such an interesting thing to happen. So, for example, if you buy a pack, right? Let's say you buy 100 packs. You have 49 of those 100 would probably be April O'Neil. 27 of the 100 would be Donatello. 14% would be Rocksteady. Krang would be 8%. Bebop would be 1.63%, and Leonardo Grail would be 0.37. So, if you think about it, if you had this digital pop, let's just say there's only 100 of them, right? And there's, let's say, 1 million people buy these digital cards. There's only going to be like 37 of these, or 370. Like it's a super small number. I think it's not the most insane cool thing of all time, but I thought it was so interesting that now collectibles are kind of entering that NFT marketplace. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to say about it? To me, it's just so neat that this is
Craig
happening.
brings up a good point. Easiest way to move money between countries at the moment.
Could be.
Yeah. Some dude created an algorithm that creates like little digital portraits, and they're NFTs, and one sold like a couple days ago for like $500,000.
What?
Yeah, so someone sold.
It's like he didn't even have to do the drawing himself. His algorithm did it, and he sold it.
This art here sold for $69 million.
$69 million for that?
For the NFT of that, yeah.
What is it even?
It's people's collage.
But also, I mean, like, modern art is very subjective. Like, people, like, I went to the art museum, and there was literally a white canvas with off-white paint on it, and it was like some award-winning painting.
It's the apocalypse.
Modern art is weird, man. I had to talk about this. This was like the coolest thing to me.
I'm gonna get a canvas and just throw a can of paint at it and just.
It's gonna ejaculate onto it. This is gonna be worse.
Actually, when I was in college, they had the art where all the art students that are graduating show their works, and there was this one, and it was a black light with a sheet, and this dude just nutted all over the sheet for like a whole semester, and that was the art. I was like, wow,
that's an innovator.
Zach was like, "Oh my god, I have modern art in my house."
Like,
you take a black light.
I've been doing art for years.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. Dude.
2 arts at a
Mom,
time.
I have great news. I'm an artist.
One in the morning, one in the evening.
Sell one of your tube socks at an art museum.
Oh
wow, shit stands on its own. James C says art is very subjective. Let's move on to our discussion of the week. I feel like we're slowing down a bit. How do you sell your figures? Mario's been doing a lot of selling lately. I've been doing some selling recently, and I've seen some real interesting threads on the groups lately. I think eBay is quickly becoming like the worst way to sell your figures.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of sellers are saying they're forcing them out of PayPal to use their own eBay payment service. Not only that, but there was a guy that had an issue where someone returned an item, and when he opened the package, he recorded the opening. There was a bunch of nothing inside.
Wow.
And they basically said, we can't do anything. Even though the weights didn't match up, even though you had it on video, there's nothing we can do. You lost your figure and you lost your money. And a lot of people were upset about that. I know Mercari is a great place as well. And one of the places that I've had really good luck with lately is Facebook groups. So we run Auxiliary. We allow people to sell on there. We used to do auctions where we would have people solicit figures. We would do bidding for them. Those did really well. And that's how I've sold a lot of stuff lately. But, man, I've been trying to liquidate a bunch of my collection the past few months to get into other things. And I'm just curious if any of you guys have any tips for the newer collectors out there, how you can protect yourself, how you can do these things safely. I think documentation is very important, taking pictures with details and whatnot. And I'll let you guys go, and then I'll catch up at the end. So, Dean, for people selling their things, give us some tips, some tricks that you might recommend.
Yeah, I usually only sell to people I know. That's if I sell. I really don't sell that much. So, I usually sell to someone I know and cut them a deal. They feel good. I feel good knowing I'm not going to get fucking ripped off later on. But they're like, hey, this thing's broken. PayPal, can I get my money back?
Yeah.
Because PayPal don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, whatever. And then, again, you're out of figure and your money. It's like, I'd rather take... It's almost like figure insurance. I'll take less for my figure knowing that guy's not going to try and fuck me. And sometimes literally when they want ass pics, like I don't want to deal with that, you know.
Send them a picture of Dean's cheeks.
Hell yeah, dude. If any pervert ever hits you up, you guys let me know. I'll send them a picture of my ass for you.
Wow.
I'm take up on that.
That's just our service I offer for free. No, but yeah, if it's not somebody I know, it's a local deal. Maybe they know somebody I know. Like I posted up on a local group, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, I'll get it." So that's my how I do it. I've sold like 4 things online before, and every time I was like, worried I was gonna get screwed. So
yeah.
What about you, Eddie?
So almost always my first instinct will be to go to Facebook groups. Obviously, I'm sure everybody does that. It's just the easiest way to get as much money as possible to deal with collectors that I guess is a little safer than eBay, like less likely to meet a douchebag who's just trying to screw you or take your money or whatever. So it's always almost the first try will be Facebook groups. If I can't do it on Facebook groups, I'll go to eBay because I've never had a problem. I know I've heard all these stories and you guys talk about it. I've sold a decent amount on eBay, and I've had maybe 1 or 2 instances where someone wanted a refund or wanted to return something, and they didn't screw me. They actually sent back the item in the condition they got it in. They were just either said that I had listed it wrongly described or something like that, and
the hands didn't match.
Yeah, dude, seriously, that was a Facebook group though.
I had to do it.
So yeah, I'm fine with eBay, and I've moved to their new system of doing things, and the only thing that I could complain about it is the fact that you don't get your money right away, that you have to wait a certain amount of time for the money to be available into your bank account. That's kind of annoying, which is why I didn't like Mercari either, because Mercari is the same way. You don't get paid until they get it and check off that you sold them as described or whatever. So I'll use eBay, and then the third option for me is local events. In Cali, in this area, we have a lot of like, I found out about them first of all as like Funko pop-up shops. There's a lot of like, it'll be like comic shops that host their own swap meet kind of a thing where people will bring in their own booths and sell Funko Pops. But there's also like just there's a lot of them that will do anything where you could bring Marvel Legends, Hot Toys, whatever. A lot of the local shops in California will have those or host those, like Toy Depot. I forgot the pop shop that does it. And then another way is I'll go to Frankenson's out here, which is a big local area that's like a giant swap meet of collectibles. And I'll take it to those different booths there and see what I can get it traded in for. Things like that. It's just when you go to places like that, though, you're gonna. That's why it's a last option, because you're not gonna make very much money off of that figure or whatever, because they're gonna give it to you to try and resell it at the going rate for it. So that's like a last option kind of a thing. Same with comic shops, but those are usually like my process. It'll be Facebook groups, eBay, then a local event, because also when you sell on eBay, if you're selling things like Black Series, like not a lot of the time do they make a lot of market value. So you're going to end up usually losing money on those. And if you sell on eBay, you're losing fees, shipping, all these things, and you end up making no money. That's why I like local events for that kind of stuff too. But those are all my way. And I've been selling a lot recently. So that's all the kind of stuff that I do. Mario, what about you, man?
Dude, I'm like, so when I first started selling stuff, I was using eBay and I had no problems. I was like, I'm like you, Eddie. I really haven't had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Although the recent transition with them using eBay payment or whatever instead of PayPal, and here I've been hearing a little bit more horror stories in regards to the sellers getting screwed in the end. So
yeah.
And I don't like the fact that eBay wants my social security number now. I'm really, really uncomfortable with that. So I haven't switched over yet. So
yeah.
Thank God it hasn't been. I haven't really had to use it. As of now, again, I'm just like most of us here. I try to sell in the Facebook groups when possible. Well, but first of all, I would like to sell to somebody I know. It's been great meeting a lot of you guys. On the panel and in the chat and in the groups. I mean, getting to know everybody and possibly making deals on stuff that I might be selling. It always works out great because everybody is, I think it's a win-win for the buyer and the seller. In that case, that's always the easiest way to make a sale. So I posted about a lot of maybe 8 Hot Toys recently, which did take a while for me to sell. But the majority of them that I sold through was from OfferUp.
Yeah.
I've been using OfferUp, and it's been working pretty well. But there's a lot of lowballers that are just so freaking annoying, man. but at the same time, you know, someone mentioned earlier that they use OfferUp and meet in a local spot. What's that?
You've been doing that quite a bit.
Yeah. Lately, I actually there's a.
Oh man.
Been meeting up over there.
There we go.
Everything all right?
Mario.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, so like I said, there was an In-N-Out that I just found recently, that I've been trying to meet up over there, when possible. There's so many people, so much traffic going through there. So just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been dealing with like high dollar sales. So I mean, for my own safety, and I think for the safety of the other person that we don't know each other. So you always want to meet in public just in case something happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything that I've sold lately was just off of OfferUp. Well, although it's been a little bit of a hassle negotiating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've taken too hard of an L on everything that I've sold, and I'm happy with the results for what I've gotten. It's helped me pick up some of the figures that I have coming right now, along with help fund future purchases. So yeah, I'm always for. It's nice that the funds don't have to come out of the personal bank account to keep adding to the collection. So that's always a plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far for me, Facebook groups and OfferUp. I wanna look at the Mercari route, considering that I saw someone's recent review on it, and I don't like the idea of them holding the funds for a few days and waiting for the seller to confirm that they've received what was promised, and then everything is released.
Yeah.
But after thinking about that, I think that really is the safest way, because you're protecting both the buyer and the seller. So I need to try that out. I want to see how that goes, and plus, more eyes on whatever I'm selling, the better. Yeah. So the faster I can hurry up and sell whatever I need to sell and just move on. So, but yeah, I just dread going to eBay if I have to again.
Equan has a great comment. He says eBay and Mercari pretty much the same to me with the same fees. eBay has more customers. Mercari I have to deal with people sending me lowball offers constantly. Apparently you can bypass the social security number step for eBay.
Really?
Allegedly. Single Songwriter says he's been selling for 2 years on eBay with no problems.
To answer Cuervo here, how do I get in on those deals when the panel sells?
Collecting weekly auxiliary, baby.
Okay. All right, cool.
Or Patreon. I mean, I'm not just trying to sell our Patreon, but to be honest, we usually go there first and let everybody know, and then it'll go to auxiliary, and then it'll go to buy, sell, trade, or whatever. So seriously, I was gonna say. Oh, there you go.
I'll let your boy.
I was gonna say Patreon is a good way to get in like a small group of people that you're gonna get a deal, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you're getting the whole panel in Patreon, that's for sure.
We're all there. Come hang out. You'll definitely
One
get a
thing with groups, the biggest thing that you could do to protect yourself in the groups, like if you're buying on like OSR BST, I would say Ox isn't such a big concern, because we ban like anyone that has even like a little bit of questionable rep. But the biggest thing is, real. You really have to disclose anything wrong with your figures. You got to take photos, and you got to make sure that the buyer acknowledges that they understand the condition that you're selling it in. It's an absolute bitch when someone gets a figure and they find something that maybe you missed, maybe you didn't realize. There was a guy that I sold a figure to, and I checked it out. I thought everything met my standards for what a good figure should be. And he received it, and he said one of the joints was really loose, sent me a video. And I was like, yeah, that does look pretty loose. I don't know if he had messed with it or changed the figure, but I was like, I'll give you some money back. It's not a big deal. Another big thing is always use PayPal goods and services. Some people say use friends and family. If I'm doing a deal with Dean or Mario, the guys on this panel, the Patreonies, I'll do friends and family. But in general, if I'm buying or selling, for me personally, I feel like I want to do friends and family, because it gives you a verified address. You can link the tracking in the app. It's just, for me, it's just
goods and
a little bit more.
Goods and services.
Yeah, I'm sorry, goods and services. Thank you. And
for
me, I just feel more comfortable buying that way. And like Mario said, if you're doing in-person meetups, there's also a lot of considerations you have to take. You gotta, be in a safe place. You gotta kind of know who you're dealing with. Take a friend if you need to.
Yeah.
Take your 9.
Yeah, I think Dean, you said that usually when you go on deals, even you and Rainer will usually go together, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very.
That's a good one. That's a good one to take, Rainer. You see this giant.
Yeah, Rainer's my personal security at all events.
I wish that makes me wish John was out here in SoCal, man. Imagine me and John just heading out, and I feel way safer with John around.
John's like 5'7",
so
dude.
Caesar M says he's a
Patreon.
In your dreams, I'm 5'7".
Caesar M says he's a Patreon. He wants to join the group. Click that link there. I thought, Caesar, when I asked you about Facebook, I think you said you didn't use it, but if you are on Facebook now, send me a message and I'll add you to the Patreon group. But yeah, it's just real important to know who you're dealing with and know what you're dealing with when you're selling things. I had an absolute bitch of a week trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace. I struck out on the groups. I personally don't feel comfortable doing eBay with some of the horror stories I've seen. And Mercari, kind of the same thing. So I went to the groups because I still prefer those in-person deals. I listed like 4 or 5 figures. Dude, I had people messaging me all day for more pictures, for details. And at the end, grinds my gears, I get a message like this. Thanks for showing me the figure, bro. I really appreciate it. Anyways, I'll let someone grab it because it is for a great price. Thank you, brother. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've been sending you pictures all day. What do I even say to that?
Yeah, I know.
Facebook Marketplace has been an absolute nightmare. Like, I literally got 20 messages of, is this still available? On one thing I listed. And
Dude,
I don't
I've
understand
had way more problems on Facebook Marketplace than I've ever had on eBay. I had, when I was selling the statues, someone was hitting me up about Beta Ray Bill. That dude, I held that for like a month, and he's like, oh, I can't meet up with you this week. I'll meet up with you next week. And it just, every time I message him, he ghosted me, and I'm like, dude, what in the hell?
Yeah, and I want to talk about that. Like, if you line up... So one of the things I had with, not this guy here, but we had lined up a place to meet, a time, a day, and that obviously passed, but the guy seemed very interested. At what point do you move on to the next guy? Like, almost immediately? Like, I hit him up, he never got back to me, and by this point, I know the deal's not happening. But I always feel bad when other people are inquiring about it, and you're like, I don't want to lose a sale.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, I don't want to be a dick.
Why don't you get a small deposit? I always do that.
If they're saying they want to do payments, or that they're interested, they just need to wait until next Friday or whatever, I will ask for like 20, 50, depending on what the item is, like a couple bucks to hold it.
Exactly.
And then
non-refundable, baby.
In another instance, like with that Beta Ray Bill guy, I gave it about a week. I hit him up a couple times. If he didn't message me back, then I was like, all right, I'll sell.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is savage. Like, it's a great tool to use, but I would go in with the mentality of first come, first serve, and that's payment-wise. I think the first one to pay is the first one to get the figure.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to treat it.
Steph makes a great point. There's actual places out there that are for meetups dealing with online sales. They have a sign and they say that the meeting is recorded. Yeah, that's really definitely in San Antonio. A lot of the police, what do you call it, police departments, police offices, they have parking spaces in their parking lot where they're well lit, and there's supposedly an officer 24/7 watching the camera for that.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of safe places, or even like a public place like Mario.
A public place, a coffee shop or something. Yeah.
Especially, if you're dealing with $20 Marvel Legends, I don't think anyone's going to get got over that. But, I mean, if you're selling 3 or 4 Hot Toys at a time, I mean, you're looking at some stacks.
I was asking Mario about that in-person thing because I'm always real worried about doing those. We collect high valuable shit, and I don't want someone to try and jack me when I'm meeting up with them. But because I've heard stories where someone will meet up with a guy, and then they'll like follow him back to their house, and they'll steal everything from their house because they know they're collectors. They're going to take, or at least figure out where they live and take everything. So that's always something that's worried me about doing.
I drive to Dean's house when that happens.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
I don't think anybody's jacking Dean. There's like 5 guns at the end.
If you get this message.
Exactly. I solved both my problems.
Mr. Sketch says, I hate when people say, what's your lowest price? If you hear what's your lowest price, move on.
Can I rephrase that? What about what's your best price?
Yeah, I know.
Is that just as bad?
That's a little different.
If you're buying something, big tip, use the words PayPal ready. It gets people going.
Yeah.
Gets people going. Let's move on. I think that was a good discussion. Movie news, ScarJo lawsuit In a lawsuit filed Thursday in Los Angeles Superior Court, attorneys for Scarlett Johansson alleged that the star's contract was breached when the studio opted not to debut the film exclusively in theaters, a move they had claimed depressed ticket sales for the Avengers spinoff. Much of her compensation was tied to the box office performance of Black Widow. If it hit certain benchmarks, bonuses would kick in. Quote, Disney intentionally induced Marvel's breach of the agreement without justification in order to prevent Miss Johansson from realizing the full benefit of her bargain with Marvel. Disney released a statement saying, there's no merit whatsoever to this filing. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of COVID-19 pandemic. Disney has fully complied with Miss Johansson's contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. Kevin Feige is said to be angry and embarrassed about how they're treating her. I don't really care how much money this lady has or how much money she made, but if she earned money that she acted and she was guaranteed these certain compensations and things were in place for her to potentially earn more, pay the lady what she's owed.
Yeah.
I think it's real shitty of Disney to bring up COVID and we already gave her $20 million. It's like that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
right?
you're literally standing. You're fucking standing on the graves of people who've died of COVID. Like, oh, Scarlett Johansson's a big meanie. COVID-19 is a thing, and she already got paid. It's like, motherfuckers, pay her more if that's what she's owed. If it's in her contract. She look in that suit, dude. Honestly, like. People don't just fucking file lawsuits for the fuck of it. You know, her legal team was like, we need to fucking sue these motherfuckers immediately. Mm-hmm. It's like nobody's going to go after Disney without a real case. Like, this is one of the fucking craziest shit. Like Zach said,
that Kevin Feige is on her side, which is huge. Yeah. And this could have other implications. Emma Stone is said to be weighing her legal options, and I believe there's a new one that just came out. I think it's The Rock and another actor. I think they're also considering their options as well legally. I mean, the thing is, if you earn money, like there was this one time, and Mario, I hope you don't mind me sharing this story. We were doing the payouts for CW, and I was being lazy, and I was like, okay, I think this is what In-N-Out's earned, so we're going to pay you that. And you were like, well, actually, it's this number. And it wasn't a big difference. But for like a half second, I was a little annoyed. But I was like, you know what? They earned this money. But it was such an insignificant amount. But I was like, hey, that's what they earned. That's what they're going to get paid. And
yeah, it was like
immediately I was
some
like
$1.10. He's like, it's actually 17 cents.
I mean, it was something like that.
It was something really like real small. Yeah.
But you're right. You earned that money, and I was happy to pay it to you. And I this whole situation, I think here I would have been fine. But the fact that they kind of threw her under the bus and said, well, she's already made $20 million. A lot of people died. To me, that's like a real shitty thing to do. And I hope this gets resolved. Obviously, she's been with Disney on the payroll for quite a while. I think it's something like 9 or 10 movies. And, I don't know.
Disney's becoming a leech at this point, just flipping, sucking up everything.
Equan says COVID-19 is a thing, yet Disney just announced the $1,400 Disneyland annual will come to the park. Andres says
number one sucker right here.
Yeah, they screwed her over the pennies to them. I'm surprised they didn't pay her off on the side like WB did with Gal G and Patty J. Niccolo says ScarJo just said she was shocked by the tone of their statement. John, do you have anything you want to add on this?
No, I don't have much to add. I don't think. Do you guys really think it'll hit court? I think they'll just.
I think they'll probably settle out.
They'll just pay it out. Yeah, I think they'll pay it out before it even hits court, because I don't think she's right. At the end of the day, she's owed the money. Just pay her the money and move on. It's not like they're hurting for money, but.
They actually are. They are.
Yeah.
Well, they're hurting money. They'll make it back. Are you kidding? They'll make it back.
Did you guys see the tweet that Drax put out for this Batista?
Oh, for the what if thing. Honestly, I don't mind that at all. So
yeah,
we'll talk on that in a second. So Dave Batista, one of the fans tweeted at him and asked if he was going to do the voice for What If, or they said, why weren't you doing the voice for Drax in the What If series? And he said that he was never asked. And then of course James Gunn, the fucking shit stir that he is, was like, what? The time that this show was in production, Dave Batista was in full fuck Disney mode, so I have no problem with them not hiring him, and 2, it's incredibly expensive to pay these A-list actors to do a few voice lines for a show. It's a common thing with most IPs where the film voice actors don't do the games, they don't do the animated stuff. Maybe I'm just a Star Wars person, I'm used to that, but it didn't really surprise me at all.
Also, didn't he say he was done playing Drax? Like
exactly.
Like 2 years
Though I think
ago?
that was meant more to the physique stuff, but yeah.
But I mean, I'm like, if you're done with the character, to me that sounds like you're done with the character. Why would I ask you to do the voice if you said you were done?
That's
with
true
the
too.
character?
Just be more specific about it, you know.
Wow.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with Scarlett. I think that it's wrong. And you know what I don't like? I don't like that they put in the COVID-19 thing because they're just trying to get social media behind them.
Yeah.
In these kind of things, and that's what I don't like. Now everybody's trying to get social media behind them to win their cause or whatever, and
it's drama.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't like about this statement is that the fact that they outed her salary. I mean, what if anything?
That's
they're just trying to,
up.
they're trying to manipulate the story to the public, like poor little rich girls. You know, she got paid $20 million, and apparently it's not enough. Dude, she's been a solid foundation with the MCU for I think like 20 movies, dude. 20 freaking movies she's done. I want to say not 10, but I believe it was double than that. Or she's been in a lot either way. So it's just so freaking dirty. And she was also a producer on the damn film. This film wrapped, I think, in 2019. It was due to drop in 2020
in theaters.
Yeah, in theaters. But no one knew this whole shit was gonna happen. You know, and then for them to breach her contract like that, to violate everything like that after she had everything set up in stone, this is completely sleazebag on Disney's behalf.
They didn't. And if it was really for COVID-19 and trying to get the fans, you know, think of the fans, then they wouldn't charge $30 on a subscription service that we already pay for.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Greg E says, to be fair, we have no idea what her contract entails. The courts will decide this. You're absolutely right, but her lawyers do probably know what that contract entails, and they brought the lawsuit.
Disney doesn't stand a chance.
Well, I'm pretty sure that there were contracts that were drawn up right before the film freaking wrapped in 2019. So guys, come on.
Yeah. Let's talk about our movie of the week, Ghostbusters.
Oh, shit.
After the members of a team of scientists lose their cushy positions at the university in New York City, they decide to become Ghostbusters to wage a high-tech battle with the supernatural for money. They stumble upon a gateway to another dimension, a doorway that will release evil upon the city. The Ghostbusters must now save New York from complete destruction. I gotta say, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. And holy shit, Bill Murray is fucking amazing.
Oh, he's brilliant.
He is the
brilliant. He is unbearable in this movie,
Yeah.
but that's just him being an excellent actor. This movie is so fun. It's so fast paced. There's like no explanation for anything. Like we're developing this proton pack, and then like all of a sudden it's just good to go. Like I feel like watching this, there's got to be some extended cut that fills in a lot of these little plot points or something. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's such a fun movie. It's such a beloved franchise. These were made in 1/6 scale by Blitzway, one of the best releases of that year. They made the Ecto one as well. Playmobil has done the Ecto one. I believe Mattel has done them. And then also Lego. Huge franchise. Brought back for a reboot a few years ago. And then coming back again soon. And I think that's why we did this movie for this week. But man, this is a great movie, and I just gotta say, Rick Moranis is not in a ton of movies, but I just love seeing him in movies. Like his situation is so sad what happened, and what a guy stepping up for his kids and leaving acting to raise his kids after a tragedy, and I'm so happy to see him in this movie, and he's just like perfectly lovable Rick Moranis. I'm so sad that someone like punched him randomly a few months ago.
Wow,
it's just so sad.
Yeah,
Such a nice guy, such an angel. 10 out of 10. This movie's fucking fantastic. Dean,
this movie has quite arguably one of my favorite quotes in it ever. We're gonna go ahead and play the clip. It's only 12 seconds.
Well, you're gonna get
hopefully I don't fucking crash. Hold on.
Here we go, Taskmaster, baby.
Oh, did I include the audio? Can you hear this?
God.
No.
No.
Fuck.
Literally
Okay.
no.
Hold on.
Yes, Your Honor, this is true.
Hold on, don't say
Another brilliant line.
That was an awesome part.
I hate it when it does that. Okay.
I just want to drop something quick while we're waiting. Oh, he's doing it already? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Totally
There's
nothing
no
to do with the movie.
I haven't started playing.
I'm just kidding.
For Eddie, this one's for Eddie. Breaking news: Prime
What?
1 just dropped the pre-order August 5th for the Batman Forever 1/3.
Oh, God.
Wait, so did they drop the pre-order?
August 5th. That's the pre-order.
So they dropped the pre-order day. Okay.
Yeah.
That's play the clip. Come on, let's see the clip.
This is single-handedly the greatest scene in the whole movie and probably of the entire 80s.
Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
They caused an explosion.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Honestly, when I was watching that clip, I wanted to clip that little segment, but Voodoo has that thing where you can't screen record.
Right, yeah.
I was so mad. I was so mad.
There are ways around it.
I know.
Yeah, dude, that literally that scene alone makes this whole movie worth it. But yeah, I mean, what can you not say about this movie or can say? Like, it's so good in a, like you said, Zach, it doesn't explain a whole lot of shit, which I think sometimes is good. Like,
yeah, this isn't a science fiction. Like, I don't need to know how it works. I just know that it works.
Yeah,
That's all I
everyone's
need
like,
to know.
oh, there's ghosts. Okay. It's like, yeah, like in a zombie movie, I don't need to know how they're zombies. There's just that there are zombies. I don't need an explanation for every little thing. So this movie definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. It also doesn't not take itself seriously at the same time. Like, it's still really well written. It's still really funny. Everyone's doing their job at like peak performance. Like, it's so good, and it's like purposefully brilliant. It's not like something kind of like Evil Dead, where it was just kind of campy and like people were like, hey, this is actually pretty good. Like, they didn't know what they were doing, but this movie is like precise, and like I said, it's written to be like amazing, and it just is amazing. Like, I don't know, honestly, I don't know anybody that doesn't like Ghostbusters, like that can't enjoy the movie if it's on.
Just the theme song alone.
It's just fantastic. Everything about Ghostbusters was good, dude.
Well, Dean, I hate to burst your bubble.
Whoa!
No, just kidding.
Wow.
No, this movie's freaking.
Like,
this
I
is
like
a
the Melissa McCarthy version.
This is a classic, y'all. This movie, it still holds up, to this day. Single songwriter posted, one of the things that I was thinking about too when they're trying to explain the end of the world to the mayor and dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I mean, there's so many freaking lines that are in this movie, and yeah, like you said, Dean, it was brilliantly written, perfectly directed. All of the actors were at peak performance. Sigourney Weaver, man, oh my god,
yeah, she killed
such a babe in this movie. Dude, when she steps off the elevator, I was like, whoa.
Dude, and Rick Moranis in this film is so freaking charming. I love his character, man. And it's freaking amazing. But I gotta say though, man, I really wish this was a one and done, because everything else that follows it, forget about it, dude.
Even Ghostbusters 2?
Even Ghostbusters 2, dude. It was
Ghostbusters 2 is good, but not in the same way.
It was campy, man. It was hella campy. I didn't like it. It didn't have that same. It didn't have the same charm as the first one did. You know. So, but no, this is an absolute classic, man, and I'm glad that you picked this for the movie of the week. It was great to watch it again, man.
This one was different for me because all of the old school movies that I've seen were movies that my mom had grown up with, and she showed them to me. And as a kid, I think I got to about teenage years before I saw this, and everything else I had seen like really young. And so I always asked my mom, like, why have we never seen Ghostbusters? Like, people talk about this movie. How come you've never showed this to me? And I don't think my mom was like a huge fan of it. Yeah. So she never showed it to me, but I've always loved this movie. And I mean, I'm a big fan of Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. So them two alone make the movie for me, and Rick Moranis, obviously. But yeah, it's hilarious. You know, I think that I'm interested to see John's thoughts on it, because I think if you watch it for the first time nowadays, the CGI might take you out of it a little bit.
Meat on the bone.
Bad.
And
CGI.
yeah, or you know, the effects, the special effects. Yeah.
The VFX.
So I'm interested to hear John's thoughts, but I love this movie, and the theme song. Like, there are theme songs that just give you goosebumps, and it's like Jurassic Park, this Star Wars, Oh, I've never seen RoboCop.
I've never seen RoboCop either. Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right, before they tear our heads off, John, what do you think?
Yeah, to your point with the goosebumps, it's when you get that beat right up the spine. Anyways, 1980. This is the first time I'm watching it. 1984. IMDb gave it a 7.8 out of 10. I thought it was awesome. Like, the first thing when I finished this movie is look up the Blitzway figures and that Ecto-1, because it's just iconic. It's just an iconic movie. This movie is Bill Murray's movie. Like, without Bill Murray, without his comedy, his one-liners, he made the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You're right. CGI was a little rough. I could understand, man. 1984, like, come on. You weren't watching this movie for the effects, that's for sure. I wish they spent a little bit more time on the Ecto-1 and how they transitioned it from that hunk of junk into that thing. Because all you see is that you see it run down, and then you see them get a call, and they pull out this beauty of a machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then right after I was done this, I watched the trailer for the new movie, and I can imagine someone who grew up on Ghostbusters seeing this new trailer, and you get that nostalgia of the Ecto and all the tools they used and stuff. Yeah. And then he answers the phone at the end. Oh my God. I'm looking forward to it. I know it looks like a kid's movie, but I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoyed this. I think it was my pick. It was my pick for movie of the week, and I think it was a good one. I really enjoyed it. Now, who's next? It was Zach, right, for movie of the week?
Eddie,
sorry.
Oh,
Eddie.
I didn't know we were coming back to me. I thought I had just skipped the line.
No. Pick for movie of the week next week.
Are you guys gonna get mad at me if I pick The Hobbit?
Absolutely not.
Well,
Okay.
we're gonna do M4 for.
When is that happening?
I thought we were doing it the
August
13th.
13th.
So if we do it, that's
so it'd have to be for
that
next.
lines
It would
up.
have to be. No. Because by the 10th. By the 10th,
Next
we
week.
have to have
2 more
watched it.
weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't prepared for this, so I
We
thought
can
we
put
were
it on
skipping
Ox.
me.
We could put it on Ox. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, I'll figure it out, and
All right,
do a
we'll
post.
come
of
back. We'll come back to it. Come back to it.
Pick RoboCop.
We've done RoboCop before.
Have we?
We can do
Thank God.
RoboCop.
Just bummed that they.
Have we seen The Godfather 2, guys?
Oh,
I seen.
You've seen part 1. John hasn't
Godfather
seen
Part 2. Let's do it, baby.
That's
It's
there's a great
It's
debate
Eddie's
as far as
pick.
which
Eddie
pick
has
your
to
movie,
pick it.
bro.
No peer pressure.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do Godfather Part 2,
we'll post it
down.
up later.
Think about it. We'll post it up in Ox later. Great movie. Love to see it. So next week is Eddie, and then the week following I'll pick the M4 Hobbit.
Literally love to see it.
Dean, let's thank the Patreonies, please.
Thank you for being our friends. Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Joao Breda, Equan, Sweet Angel, he's in the chat, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kratt, Big Old Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomansky, Rick DiGregorio, Alvin Jules, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Bo LeBoy, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, what a handsome guy, Stephen Pritchard, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Big Pips, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Midzanaris, Joe Chet Beeks Corpus, and Mr. and Mrs. J.B.
We got 2 great stickers coming out in August. The Certified Crispy Coke logo, and then also from Canada, the Holy Mac.
Holy
sticker.
Mac!
Have you guys ever done Aliens, the first one, for movie of the week?
Alien.
Can I
Never
pick
watched
Aliens? Because I've
Alien.
never seen the original.
Alien and Aliens are 2 different movies.
Okay, the first
The first one is Alien.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Buddy.
Dude,
I want to
great
do that
pick.
one because
That
I've
one's
never seen
good.
that one, and it's a
so
Sigourney
it's
Weaver,
Alien?
right?
Just-
So
Alien 1.
Alien.
yeah, I'll go
Ooh,
with that.
I'll watch more Sigourney Weaver. You ain't got to tell me twice. We have 3 tiers for the Patreon. Sweet Angel, $5 a month. Access to Ox After Dark, as well
I want her
as
to
stickers
Sigourn my
sent
wiener.
straight to your door. As I was saying that, I knew where you were going with that, and it really took me out of that. I just know you so well, and I just... Wow. I could have finished that sentence for you. Certified Crispy, $15 a month. Stickers sent straight to your door. The Certified Crispy certificate, and I'm totally out of it now. And assistance with figure fixes, the $25 What a Guy tier, the 18x24 silhouette poster on your first pledge. Doubles of all the stickers we send, 1 for you, 1 for a friend, or 1 to rock, 1 to stock, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. International postage will be charged or free printable files sent for international peoples.
Jesus.
3 tiers to show your support. 100% of what you pay goes towards making these shows great. We also have a TeePublic link. It's teepublic.com/collectingweekly. Shirts go on sale all the time, as low as $13 or $20 when they're not on sale. We do have the Ringcast shirt up there, so if you want to show your support for Mark's new program or any of the other shows we have, lots of great designs there. Looking at the network, we have Small Talk. They're going live Thursday. OFAC uploading their podcast, the audio feed, Thursday. Live and Let Dice, our first episode, is recording this Sunday. I think it'll probably be posted either if we have an off day next week in the evening, maybe, or the following Sunday. In and Outs of Collecting is going live Friday. Do you have a time for that, Mario?
8 p.m. Pacific time.
Wow. CW Clips, the best moments of Collecting Weekly cut down to 60 seconds or less. Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing coming up next Monday. John, do you have an idea for next Monday's unboxing?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe some Hot Toys Terminator. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see. And I think Mario was mentioning maybe potentially he might have a retro unboxing as well. We'll confirm
Possibly.
that and post it in.
Well, you know what? I might have an actual. Well, that's sort of retro also.
We'll keep it a surprise.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Wow, it's very sensual. After Dark, tomorrow at 10:30. I don't think we have a special guest lined up for tomorrow, but we might just play some Scribbler, might just mess around. Ox plays. I started playing Lawnmower Simulator. Let me tell you this, guys. Asobo put this update for Flight Sim, and it bricked like everyone's game. No one can play right now. I haven't touched my HOTAS.
Do you fertilize before you cut the grass?
Yeah, I touch my hotels like
do you fertilize
every other day, dude.
Do you fertilize the grass before or after you cut it?
It's called Lawn Mowing Simulator, not Lawn Fertilizing Simulator, bro.
I want her to Sigourn my Totas.
She didn't age well.
She aged beautifully. I love her.
No, she didn't. In my opinion,
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
No, hell no.
Anyways, so that's what we're doing. James C says, Jesus, a Lawnmower Simulator. Dude, it's so fun.
James.
It's so fun. Yesterday, I was in a crisis, though.
I'd rather watch water boil.
Simulator.
I'd rather watch water boil.
How much does that cost? Well,
Dude,
that's
that
what you
game's
have to do in
fun,
Canada,
bro.
because you guys have no entertainment up there, bro.
What are you talking
Here in America,
about?
we have Lawnmower Simulator, we have Power Wash Simulator, Flight Simulator.
How about how about if I cut my grass and record myself doing it?
That'd be cool. I want to see
You trying
that.
to exclusive?
Yeah, do it, bro.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. Pam agrees. Episode 1 of the Ringcast live on YouTube. Check that out. We have a giveaway for 4K digital set that redeems on Vudu, Movies Anywhere, iTunes, anywhere that you watch your digital movies. All you have to do is go on auxiliary at the pin post, and then you can ask us a Lord of the Ring question. That's literally all you have to do to be entered to win the code. We're also doing an interview on episode 2 of the Ringcast with M4, the guy that made the M4 Hobbit edit. And for episode 3, we're doing a giveaway of a professionally printed box set of his edit. So lots of giveaways going on there at the Ringcast. Shout out to Mark for funding all that. Collecting Weekly Auxiliary is where you can find us off air. We goof, we gaff, we laugh, and we have a good time with each other there. Ooh. Friends of the show, we have 6-Scale Scavengers, Optical 20, JB Collection, KG Collector. Shout out to KG. He's doing big things. I think he has a stream coming up with Man of Hot Collectibles, so that's great to see. PJ the Paradox Nerd, Rogue 16, Boogie Manny, Jean from Third Party Reviews, DCX. I believe they're at some point they're making a return or plans for a return in the future, which is great to see. Like 1/6-Scale Man Lao's doing big things also. He has a stream with, I believe, Jetta and Justin, so great to see him getting some well-deserved recognition there. John the Everyday Collector and Will Foxification, and of course we couldn't forget Bill Waffleification. Subscribe to their channels. They're all great people who put out some great content for the peoples of the world. That's it. Do you guys have any shout-outs you want to give?
I want to give a quick shout-out to a friend of mine I haven't seen in a while that came in the chat, Tommy. He's a chef over here at one of the at a steakhouse that's not too far from here. Now it was great to see him in the chat. So what's up, Tommy? If you're watching,
shout out to everyone in the chat. Great episode. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support.
Shout out to those cucks out of Sobo Studio for breaking my favorite game. Fucking assholes. Yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat. Great to see 70 people watching live. Great to see it. Eddie, do you have any shouts you want to give?
No.
Shout out.
All right.
Shout out to the cow that lost its life for that nice tomahawk steak last night.
Oh man,
wow.
That was
awesome. I'm looking at this Power Wash Simulator and I'm digging it. I'm not gonna
Power Wash.
Oh my.
Your balls simulator?
Dude, I watched Markiplier play it the other day for like an hour, and I was just like glued to my TV. Like, it's really good.
Dude, wow. I'm fucking buying this when I get paid. Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Mario.
I'm Eddie.
And I am Jonathan.
We'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
God damn it.
Adios.